gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
6-year-old man is dead after police say that thieves robbed him and stole his car. Here's the thing, though. It happened on 3rd and Cambridge Streets in Philly's Northern Liberty section. Investigators say the two masked men left the victim to die at the scene, but then they drove his car into Camden and ditched it there. NBC 10's Randy Gyllenhaal live outside of police headquarters with what we know about this case. Good morning.
What did I tell you guys? These super gremlins are literally brain dead. They're not even carjacking. See, this defeats the argument of, oh, they're carjacking to break down the parts and get money because they can't feed their families, bro. They're carjacking for fun. Like, I don't see how it is so difficult to understand that they believe it's fun to beat people up, kill people, and jack people's cars and then ditch them 10 minutes down the block. I mean, it's that real in the community. Okay? This is what's going on. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Again, Randy.
Yeah, really disturbing case, and also showing a few of the prolific issues facing the city of Philadelphia right now. Police say it began when two suspects on an illegal dirt bike carjacked a man and assaulted him, leaving him for dead in the street and then taken off in his Highlander SUV. All of it happening last night about 10 p.m. in Northern Liberties. This is near 3rd and Cambridge Streets. The 60-year-old victim, police say, was just sitting in his Toyota around 10 o'clock waiting for a family member when police say two masked suspects on a dirt bike drove up, dragging the man out of the car.
On a dirt bike, and they were masked, yeah, with Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask. I told you guys, you better watch out for these super gremlins on demon time who are rocking these Pooh Shiesty masks. They're no good. And from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, the masks are coming back, guys. There's going to be a lockdown round 2 at the end of this year in the winter, allegedly. Can't confirm nor deny, but that's just what I'm hearing in the grapevine. So be aware that the Pooh Shiesty masks are going to increase in volume, and the individuals who are rocking these Pooh Shiesty masks really don't have any good things for you. So
assaulting him, police say. He was found by authorities in the street bleeding from the head and unable to stand, taken to the hospital. That's where he was pronounced dead. As for those suspects, they drove off in the stolen SUV and that dirt bike. No gunshots were fired. However, police were able to track that SUV using GPS, and they found it across the river, ditched in Camden, New Jersey, and the suspect's long gone by that point. Police say the victim lived in Center City and, again, was visiting family in Northern Liberties, and he was pronounced at the hospital. As for those suspects, no real ID at this point. Police say they're going through surveillance video trying to get any kind of information. For now, we're live here at police headquarters. Randy Gyllenhaal, NBC 10 News.
A horrendous beating and carjacking has a community on alert and a family devastated. A man was simply waiting in his car when investigators say a group on dirt bikes attacked him. Now the search is on for those responsible. Friday night, gray is off. The big story on Action News tonight is the heartbreak surrounding this vicious beating death. It happened in Philadelphia's Northern Liberties neighborhood about this time last night. And earlier this evening, authorities identified the 60-year-old who did not survive.
Wow.
Action News reporter Brianna Smith now live for us at Philadelphia Police Headquarters, working the story. What's the latest on the investigation and what we're learning about the victim, Brianna?
Well, Shari, a Chinatown community leader says Peter Chan came to the U.S. about 30 years ago, and he was a hardworking, honest man who...
No, not Peter Chan. Bruh. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Guys, we got to keep screaming this to the mountaintops. Just like when you watch Dora Explorer and they have to say swipe or no swiping 3 times, you have to do the same thing with these super gremlins on Demon Time, okay? The Asians are being targeted. We need to bring back the Kung Fu. We need to bring back the Taekwondo. We need something, all right? Something to combat these super gremlins, because I could understand if they had a gun. And it is, you know, mind you, it is a 60-year-old man. So it's going to be hard to defend yourself against these super gremlins. But, man, it's just like the Asian community they're sitting ducks. It's sad, man.
He was loved by his family and friends, and now they're mourning his loss as police search for the suspects who beat him to death.
It's just sad, and it seems really senseless.
Philadelphia police say 60-year-old Peter Chan from Chinatown was on the corner of 3rd and Cambridge Streets in Northern Liberties when he was attacked. A Chinatown community leader says Chan was just waiting for his wife in their black 2023 Toyota Highlander.
That's extremely brutal. It's I couldn't imagine someone just beating someone to that point. Not just being like, all right, he's knocked out. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Police say a group of men on motorcycles pulled Chan out of his vehicle and assaulted him just before 10 at night and then fled in his SUV. Chan later died at the hospital.
It doesn't matter where in the city you live, unfortunate situations like this happens to people.
Police were able to use the Toyota mobile app to find the SUV abandoned in Camden, adding to the long list of carjackings in Philadelphia. The Action News data journalism team found a significant increase in the number of carjackings over the past 4 years.
Yeah. The community has been getting busy. I mean, from 2019, you just sitting at 225 carjackings, which is still a lot. 2020, that doubled. Okay, almost doubled. 2021, you see another doubling. I mean, it's exponential growth. Going into 2022, I would say 30 to 40% increase. I mean, guys, what's going to be the new norm? What's the new norm for annual carjackings or the number of carjackings annually, right? Because the community is setting a record.
4 years. In 2019, there were 225. In the last 12 months, there were more than 1,000. A continuous crime that's putting residents on high alert.
When we go in and out of the car, we have to be more careful. And even if a customer leaves, we want to make sure that we walk out with them when it's late at night.
Living in Philly, you always have to kind of keep an eye over your shoulder a little bit and be aware of your surroundings.
Again, police are still searching for the suspects. However, they did not provide a description. If you have any information about the incident or video, contact police. Reporting outside police headquarters, Brianna Smith for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Shari?
Yeah, let's hope they make progress in this case. Brianna, thank you.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your
Y'all dirty with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
The 60-year-old victim was known in the Chinatown business community for being kind and hardworking. NBC 10's Erin Baskerville has the new details.
It's a crime that's shaken a community and the people who knew 60-year-old Peter Chan. Police say two guys on dirt bikes carjacked a man and beat him to death. Police continue searching for them.
They know the husband as, very hardworking, very kind of person, very honest. So, and many people cannot believe, like.
Damn. So you see, the Asian community, they're woke to this. They understand this phenomenon. And, I haven't seen a visceral reaction yet. But I'm telling you right now, they're not going for this. And they are going to get their get back, whether it's psychological. Most likely it's not going to be physical. Whether it's economical, okay, financial, if you will. Guys, can the community really sustain a war that's being fought on multiple fronts? Absolutely not. But we don't even realize that we are at war. Okay? And the war mostly is internal. We're at war with ourselves.
Like a sudden loss.
Dan Tao tells NBC 10 he met with the wife of Peter Chan today. Tao is a member of a Chinatown business group where many knew Chan. He says the 60-year-old and his wife stopped in Northern Liberties last night after Chan gave her driving lessons. That's when two guys hopped off dirt bikes wearing masks and attacked, according to investigators.
So that time, her husband was still, breathing. She said her husband's eyes still open. And she told her husband, calm down. We will get you to the hospital as quick as possible.
Chan's wife had left the SUV at the time to run an errand. She came back to find her husband on the street and the vehicle gone. We're told the Chans just bought the SUV about 3 months ago. Neighbors nearby saw the crime unfold at 3rd and Cambridge Streets.
I looked out my window last night and I saw, that unfortunate gentleman laying on the floor. Obviously he passed away later in the evening.
According to Philadelphia police, last year there were a record 1,363 carjackings. So far this year, there have been 525. As for last night, investigators say they found the vehicle abandoned across the bridge in Camden.
They are hardworking, and but they would never expect something like this would happen to them.
He tells us the Chans are originally from China and came here for a better life. A stunned community, now feeling uneasy. Erin Baskerville, NBC 10 News.
Now at 5, family and friends are grieving a 60-year-old man killed in a Northern Liberties carjacking.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car. I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So, as you guys know, the infamous Pooh Shiesty masks have been banned in public spaces in Philadelphia. Okay, so in honor of the death of the Pooh Shiesty mask, you already know I'm rocking my Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask. And we're going to do the whole stream with the Pooh Shiesty. So all the gangsters up in here, y'all fuck with me. You feel me? We about to get real on this channel. And we about to talk about these goddamn Pooh Shiesty masks. And we going to talk about how racist and discriminatory it is to ban these Pooh Shiesty masks when everybody knows that the community has been having a grand old time with these Pooh Shiesty masks. Okay, so we're going to get into it. I want to cover how the news is covering this. Then I want to talk about how the community is reacting to this. All of these things are extremely important with the, in the event of this new law or regulation, if you will, that has been enacted in the city of Philadelphia. This is absolutely horrendous. I am appalled that they have banned these Pooh Shiesty masks, okay? Because I was planning on rocking it everywhere I went. No, I'm actually totally kidding. I've been speaking on the Pooh Shiesty mask for the longest. I even coined the repetitious phrase, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask. And I said that you have to say it 3 times when encountering a super gremlin with a Pooh Shiesty mask on so that he will go away, just like when you say swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Okay? So you have to call out the Pooh Shiesty mask when they are in your face. It could be a deterrent and save your life in the event that you encounter a super gremlin on Demon Time. So without further ado, we're going to get into what's going on out here in Philly and what made them, what pushed them to enact this racist legislation that infringes on the rights of Black and brown people and marginalized people alike in the city of Philadelphia. So let's see what brought them to this conclusion that this article of clothing, basically a hat, has to be banned for good.
Now to a new ban on face coverings in Philadelphia. City Council voted today to outlaw the use of these ski mask style coverings, with one council member calling the face coverings a quality of life issue. NBC 10's
Quality of life? That's horrendous. If you ban these masks, how am I supposed to go into my local gas station, my local Minute Mart, and rob the teller blind? I'm totally appalled. Okay? How am I supposed to jug, finesse, slide on my ops? This is horrendous. I'm absolutely flabbergasted that they would do such a racist, discriminatory thing as to banning these coveted Pooh Shiesty masks. I'm just... I don't know what to say. I'm disgusted. This is a regressive policy. I'm choked for words.
Francis Wang is live in the newsroom to break down what all of this means. Francis.
Yeah, Jackie, even though a majority of the council had already voiced their approval for this bill, it was still a complicated and controversial one. SEPTA already introduced a similar ban earlier this year, and now the city council member who introduced this citywide ban says it was ultimately a choice between lawlessness and, as you mentioned, quality of life.
As a 13.
Well, what about my quality of life? I'm going to go outside and my face is going to be smacked with that wind, that Philly wind. It's raining, it's brick outside. And now I have to take my mask off when I go in public, then put it back on when I go outside, and all this extra stuff. I'm not having it.
In the nays are 2, majority of all members voting in affirmative, the bill passes.
With just 2 council members voting no, a ski mask ban has now passed in the city of Philadelphia. Under this new bill, Philadelphians will be banned from wearing ski masks, also known as shiesties.
And while I'm at it, Y'all better hit the goddamn PayPal and the Cash App, because I'm feeling like robbing somebody tonight. I'm feeling like going in y'all digital wallets and taking everything. If they gonna take the Pooh Shiesty mask from me, I'm taking everything from y'all. Okay? So make sure y'all hit that PayPal and that Cash App, and you better pray that I don't pull up in your crib, in your digital wallet, with the Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask.
In schools, rec centers, parks, city buildings, or any public transportation. Those who do will face a $250 fine. Anyone wearing one while committing a crime will face $2,000.
We move forward and we make progress.
What the hell? $250? So you mean to tell me if I rob a nigga for $250 and then y'all catch me with the Pooh Shiesty mask, I'm gonna have to get that back? This is outrageous.
As a people and city, when we remove our masks and show who we are with all of our beautiful potential, that doesn't happen when we wear ski masks.
Philadelphia City Council member Anthony Phillips delivered an impassionate plea to his fellow council members to pass the legislation he introduced. He says it's centered around a public safety issue and feedback he's received from the community.
I just can't understand or comprehend this public safety issue. How is wearing a mask a public safety issue? I'm confused. How is me and 20 other ninjas wearing Pooh Shiesty masks walking into your establishment a threat on public safety? Please explain to me how this is. I need to know. I need it written out, spelled out in layman's terms.
However, most of the public comments today were from people strongly against it, from teens to those who work in social justice.
Safety is important. This proposal feels more like an attempt to further criminalize young people of color than it does to actually get at safety concerns.
I have a ski mask on. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm to anybody.
How much you want to bet this nigga got bodies in the street? How much you want to bet this Russell Westbrook looking ninja with the Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask is active in these streets? Or how much you want to bet he's got a SoundCloud link in his bio? Okay.
I never been arrested. I never plan to be arrested.
I am begging, can we please put more of our energy into creating opportunities for young people to thrive?
And you know, it's so peculiar. It's so peculiar that you have Black women who are speaking against this Pooh Shiesty ban when you guys are number 2 in the pecking order of victims of crimes done by people wearing Pooh Shiesty masks. Okay? Black men are the number 1 victims, also the number 1 perpetrators. But then, you know, in a close second, Black women are also victims of these crimes. So how can you, as a Black woman, especially at her age, advocate for Pooh Shiesty masks? The only rationale that I can think of is that the nigga that she is fucking is a gangster nigga and he's wearing the Pooh Shiesty mask. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put money on it. I will put money on it that even a woman at her age, with her, I'm assuming that she's an educated woman, an educated sister, because they're the most educated, right? Even a woman at her age, she is smashing a what? Does anybody remember the term that I've coined to describe the men that these sisters are attracted to? A thug, maxed, alpha, simp. A thug, max, alpha, simp. Okay? That's who it is, y'all. That's who it is. Okay? That's why she's advocating for the Pooh Shiesty mask not to be banned. Because her Thug Max Alpha Sim, baby daddy, or whoever is clapping the cheeks right now, be rocking one every day he pull up to her crib. Okay? That's just a fact. Guys, if you want to make a donation, the banner is right here along the bottom of the screen. The banner is right here along the bottom of the screen. You can hit my PayPal at blackgenzmindset@gmail.com, or you can hit the Cash App at Autumn Saints, # Autumn Saints ENT, to show your support. Guys, we're really doing this out here. We're working hard to expose the fuckery in the community, but it takes some time. It takes some time, especially when you have people like this, women like this, who don't see the dangers in these masks. Now, do I think that a ban is appropriate? I don't think it should have to be appropriate. I think it should be common courtesy that you don't wear a mask in public places. But see, the community is so backwards. We take a rule and we stretch it. We take a trend and we turn it into something that we can use for ill intent. For example, where did these Pooh Shiesty masks come from? Where'd they come from? Nobody was wearing them before. I had never in my life seen people wearing ski masks, Pooh Shiesty masks out in public. Where did these things come from? Where'd they come from? I can tell you where they come from. They come from the pandemonium. They come from the pandemonium. I've been speaking about this since the pandemonium began. I said, watch when the pandemonium ends. You will have super gremlins wearing Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask in 120-degree weather. It could be 120 degrees, and these super gremlins will still be rocking the Pooh Shiesty mask. That's a fact. Has nothing to do with staying warm. Has nothing to do with, trying to protect yourself from illness. Has everything to do with disguising yourself from your ops. Disguising, yourself from the police. Disguising yourself when committing crimes. This is the norm.
Not more opportunities for them to be fined, arrested, and shuffled into a deeply harmful criminal legal system. All of our safety depends on that.
Even after hearing the
all of our safety depends on that. So she thinks our safety depends on not banning the mask. Guys, this is a perfect example of why no solutions is a thing. Because the rationale, it's just completely backwards.
criticism, Councilmember Phillips defended his bill.
I do believe in prevention. I do believe in the idea of doing as much as we can to support preventive measures and intervention. But nonetheless, this bill is not without controversy. No legislation is perfect, Philadelphia. But this bill goes a long way.
Almost every council member spoke on this issue, sharing personal stories and why they were careful in their choice.
This is a tough vote.
I came in actually leaning towards yes.
And ultimately, Councilwoman Jamie Gaudier, who you just heard from there, she was actually one of the two who voted no. Now, there are going to be exceptions, including religion, costumes, and sports. This bill now heads to the mayor's desk, and there are
religion, costumes, and sports. Okay, makes sense. But I mean, I ain't even gonna cap. Even the Muslims, at which point are y'all gonna assimilate? Because I'm not. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this ain't no Islamophobia. Look, man, I'm cool with wearing a burqa, doing the head covering, but do you got to cover your whole face? Because that's suspect. What you got up under that gown? I mean, the people of Philadelphia need to know. And we ain't talking about pussy. All right? Do you got a strap? Do you got a bomb strapped? We need to know. And in this climate with open borders and illegal radical Islamic terrorists coming over the border, illegal Mexican, Venezuelan, Ecuadorian, Honduran immigrants coming across the border, we can't take no chances. We can't take no chances. So I need to know what the hell is under that burqa. I need to know what the hell is under that Pooh Shiesty mask. I need to know. And if I can't know, then maybe you shouldn't be here.
Already similar bans in states like Florida and Georgia.
There you have it. There you have it. So we ain't playing with these damn Pooh Shiesty. We're not playing with y'all. Okay? We ain't playing with y'all ninjas. It's got to go. It has got to go. And it's caused so much pain, so much suffering, so much destruction already. The damage is it's unrepairable, irreparable. But this is a step in the right direction. Okay?
You want to leave your ski mask at home if you're going to be going in public in Philly, because City Council voted today to ban them across the city. And now it's up to Mayor Jim Kenney to sign the bill.
There is a lot included in this, Jeff. What else do we need to know tonight?
Well, certainly supporters of the measure say that residents fearful of crime, particularly elderly in this city, are absolutely demanding that this bill be passed.
So it was the older generation, the boomer community. They finally stepped up, even though this isn't going to do much, but it's going to do enough. Shout out to Big Time with the $10 Cash App. He says, Pooh Shiesty.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Absolutely, and Big Time is definitely outside if he is aware of the Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, and the rules of engagement when encountering a super gremlin on Demon Time with this article of clothing on his face.
Was today, but the question I think that remains is, will a $250 fine actually work? This 19-year-old says ski masks are worn in Philadelphia for style and warmth. He says he wears one and won't stop.
Just because somebody carried out an act in this particular item doesn't make the item bad. The person chose to do that.
Fearful that ski masks have become a must-have for criminals hiding their faces from witnesses and cameras, City Council proposed banning them in certain public spaces Thursday.
Oh, hold up. This ninja who just came on the scene, this ninja, he reportedly said that he wears the ski mask all the time and he won't stop. Isn't this the same ninja who said, oh, well, I've never been arrested and I don't plan on getting arrested? So if you don't plan on getting arrested, you're going to follow the law. And the law is that you can't wear that shit. So do you plan on getting arrested or are you going to follow the law? It can't be both. It just can't be both.
Just because somebody...
He says he wears one and won't stop.
Just because somebody carried out an act in this particular item doesn't make the item bad. The person chose to do that.
Fearful.
So this is the same logic that we try and use when it comes to firearms, but they don't want to listen. But now when it comes to their coveted Pooh Shiesty mask where they can loot and rob and dredge up the spirit of George Floyd in every criminal act that they do, then now, only now, it's an infringement upon your constitutional rights. Well, I'm here to tell you we're way past that. I wish that a ban on these Pooh Shiesty masks, Pooh Shiesty masks were not necessary. However, ninjas ruin everything. And y'all wore it to ad nauseum. Y'all kept wearing it after this pandemonium. and y'all still wearing them and using them to commit crimes, and y'all acting like, oh, we ain't supposed to ban them. Fuck out of here.
Well, that ski masks have become a must-have for criminals hiding their faces from witnesses and cameras. City Council proposed banning them in certain public spaces. Thursday was the final vote.
We must send a message that masks serve no discernible public or private good when they just create fear and anxiety.
The bill's sponsor says most crimes in the city are committed by suspects wearing ski masks, while opponents argue the bill targets the young.
This proposal feels more like an attempt to further criminalize young people of color than it does to actually get at safety concerns.
Wearing a ski mask at a school, library, on public transportation, or at a city rec center brings a $250 fine, but no criminal record. Wear one while committing a crime, as this shooter did in a rec center last spring, the fine jumps to $2 grand. If somebody wants to shoot someone and wear a mask to do it, how will $250 fine stop them?
That's what we wanted to do, was to help deter people from wearing a ski mask.
The city may soon...
Yeah, and I mean, and that's a great point. It doesn't matter if you find them or any of this crap, because at the end of the day, if they want to commit a crime, they're going to do so, whether the law states that they can do it or not. That's just kind of common sense. However, I do think it's a step in the right direction, just to say, hey, you know, we're done with this. Okay, we're done with this. This is too much. All right, and this mask ban is gaining headway all across the country. You see, Atlanta wants to do the same thing. And it's still, you know, it's been cold the past couple of days in Atlanta, but I mean, it's pretty warm. It's still pretty warm, even in the middle of winter. And ninjas are still wearing the Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask. They're wearing them over the summer. So, I mean, it's not something that people are wearing to stay warm. That's a lie. It has more sinister, more nefarious purposes and connotations to why these super gremlins continue to advocate ad nauseum for these Pooh Shiesty masks.
Find out if it works.
Councilwoman Vaughn.
Aye.
Council President Clark.
Aye. Ayes are 13, the nays are 2. Majority of all members voting in affirmative, the bill passes.
Yeah, the bill passes 13-2. In the end, it was an absolute blowout for the measure. The police certainly support this bill in the city of Philadelphia, but will Mayor Kenney support it? Will he sign it? We asked his office today. A spokesperson says he is reviewing it. Live in Old City, I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News, folks.
All right, Jeff. So not a firm yes or a no. Thank you.
So hopefully the mayor does the right thing and, you know, punch this thing through, right? Because a precedent needs to be set at the least, right? At the very least, they need to draw a hard line in the sand. And I think that this is the line that needs to be drawn, and we'll see if it's effective or not in the future.
In Philadelphia, a new law makes wearing a ski mask in parks, schools, and on public transit punishable by a $250 fine. The ACLU warns it could limit free expression. It would also make it easier to identify and track the car thieves and looters who, of course, make videos like this possible. From Philadelphia. Philadelphia City Council member Anthony Phillips authored the bill and joins us now. It's good to see you, sir. I appreciate it. Tell us what the idea behind this is.
Leland, it's good to see you as well. Listen, I just heard you talk about the ACLU. Hardworking residents in the city of Philadelphia made this bill possible. Everywhere I went in this city, people literally, we needed to be hard on crime, and we need to find a way to get individuals who wear these ski masks to literally take them off. We've seen not only robberies in our businesses, but we also see in public places, people are nervous and scared of individuals who are wearing these ski masks. What I'll tell you is that we do not I don't work or speak for the ACLU. I speak for hardworking residents in the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And what I tell the ACLU is that they need to be in these neighborhoods and listening to individuals who are petrified of the folks in the ski masks.
Yeah. So these people who are petrified of these folks in the ski mask are elderly Black men and women. So the elderly, the grandparents have had enough of these grand ninjas acting a damn fool. These grand ninjas are acting a damn fool. So somebody needed to say it. Somebody needed to get a hold of this issue. Somebody needed to have the balls to step up and do something. And it looks like we're starting to make some progress. Even though Black people believe that this policy is racist. Now, will this policy, let's see, well, because the argument is this is going to disproportionately target Black and brown communities. Will this policy do that? You bet your damn ass it will. You bet your right butt cheek it will. And it needs to. Because those are the people who wearing the damn mask. Okay? It's an all-encompassing law that has teeth for everyone, but the teeth are only sinking in the actual perpetrators who are committing these crimes with these Pooh Shiesty masks. We the only niggas doing it. So of course it's going to disproportionately affect us. You're going to have a lot of ninjas with $250 fines getting in fights with the police, maybe even getting shot and killed by the police because they don't want to take that damn mask off. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to have a George Floyd with a Pooh Shiesty mask happen in Philadelphia. Mark my words. And it's election year. Oh, you bet your ass. Some super ninja gremlin is not going to want to take off the Pooh Shiesty mask. Police going to tell him once. You're going to tell him twice. He going to tell him thrice. And then he going to be like, all right, let me forcefully take it off of you and put you in handcuffs. And then the feud is going to ensue. And the super gremlin is going to fight back. And he going to be whooping the cop's ass. And his only redeeming thing is going to be the firearm. And that's how it's going to go down. I'm calling it now.
Oh, I hear you. I spent some time in Philadelphia over the summer. I don't know if it's your district, but in downtown, and drove out through some of the various tougher neighborhoods of Philadelphia. It was terrifying. So I understand how people who are living there would feel really scared. What I'm trying to figure out, though, is if somebody's going to be committing crimes, if they're going to be robbing, they're going to be carjacking, they're going to be looting, those are a lot bigger crimes than wearing a ski mask. Why is a fine against wearing a ski mask going to concern them?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. One of the things that we didn't want to do, and we had to work collectively.
There you have it right there. There you get it right there. Literally, if that kid was bigger and he could have fought off this officer, I guarantee he would have.
A number of different views in the city council is that we didn't want to give people a record, a hard record for wearing a ski mask. What we want to do is use this as a mechanism to deter crime as opposed to giving a record for wearing a ski mask. The goal is to help people who see this as a trend to understand that, hey, you can have civil liberties and have freedom to do things, but you don't have the right and freedom to infringe upon others people's freedom, because at the end of the day, ski masks are often associated with criminality in the city of Philadelphia, and the Philadelphia Police Department needs our help with this.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people wearing ski masks who then are, helping old ladies across the street. Just two things that don't go together. Let me ask you this: yeah.
You heard him. You heard him. I've been saying this. You heard what the brother said in 90-degree weather. At that,
not a lot of people wearing ski masks who then are, helping old ladies across the street. Just two things that don't go together. Let me ask you this:
imagine how a nigga face smell when he been rocking that Pooh Shiesty mask, the same Pooh Shiesty, because he ain't switching it, the same Pooh Shiesty mask, 72 hours, ain't washed it, ain't switched it, wears the shit to bed to sleep. Imagine what that nigga face smell like.
Yeah. Been there for that. Think about Larry Krasner, though, who's the district attorney, one of the softest on crime DAs in the country. If he was prosecuting these criminals, he was locking them up, he wasn't letting them out without posting bail, on and on and on. Would your law be necessary? And the flip side of that is, if Larry Krasner is not going to prosecute these people anyway, do you think they're really going to be scared of a fine for wearing a ski mask?
Well, let me tell you this. This law has come as a result of us not doing as much as we should since the pandemic when it comes to crime. And unfortunately, we've had leaders in the city of Philadelphia who have not made sure that crime is literally, at a high, we're hard on crime and making sure that enforcement is at its high level. And so here we are. And so, I had an old lady, a senior citizen, tell me the other day, Phillips, I sent you to city council to make sure neighborhoods are safe. I'm not here for you to talk about the ACLU. I'm here for you to make sure that I'm safe. And she's from a Missionary Baptist church. And so, at the end of the day, you're right. We were on top of things in our leadership way before the pandemic. Before I got on council, it's my first year. There could have been some things that we could have done to prevent all this.
Well, your first year, you're listening to your constituents. That's an important thing. Councilman Phillips, we appreciate you being with us. We invite you back anytime, sir. All right?
Thanks, Leland. I appreciate you.
Thanks for watching.
So sounds like Councilman Phillips is trying to do the right thing. Hopefully he is not discouraged by the antics and actions of the community. As we know, they can be waning on an individual, especially when you're trying to do the right thing, not the wrong thing. But we have another perspective. And now we're going to start to see how the community is reacting to this law. And we're going to have mixed feelings, but ultimately we're going to come to the conclusion that the community overall and their sentiments are inherently against a policy that keeps everyone safer.
I think they are wearing that ski mask.
Because they followers. Everybody is followers.
It's an all too familiar sight around Philadelphia, the so-called Shiesty mask. The ski mask became extremely popular among some teens and young men during the height of COVID. What is the reason, do you believe, that they would still wear them even if it's hot or warm outside?
I don't know what the purpose is. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
Now SEPTA...
I don't know what the purpose is, black men. You know exactly what the purpose is. For him to say, I don't know what the purpose is. No, brother. You know what the purpose is. To jug, finesse, rob, disguise from your ops. Look cool even. Look scary. Say something. Don't just act like you don't know what it is. Because when you get in that damn barbershop, it look like you got a clean shave. Your head is shining. You get in that damn barbershop, man, I can't stand these niggas with the goddamn mask. All they want to do is run up in this. You saying that in the barbershop, but you won't say it on the news. Come on, bro. And they call me a sellout. It's crazy.
Makes sense to me.
Now SEPTA is saying no more. It's banning this style of mask from its stations, buses, and trains. We walked around with officers tonight, and it didn't take long for them to encounter a man wearing one. He took it off right away. The new initiative started this week.
There is no legitimate reason, pandemic withstanding, no legitimate reason to wear a full head covering in public for anything.
There's
literally no legitimate reason to wear the N95 mask either, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Officers walked around the SEPTA station across from City Hall. Some ripped their mask off before they were told to make the move. We caught up with one man wearing his today.
He said, take that bitch all the way off, ninja. Take it all the way off. Okay? Now, there are going to be some niggas who buck. It's going to be some who buck.
It's an urban mask. You know what I'm saying? We from Philly, like.
Urban mask. That's what y'all calling it now? It's urban mask. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? We from Philly, like every city wear these. It's a style for real, You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Some people got real problems going on, so they be wearing them.
He tells NBC 10 the Shiesty mask is the style. but understands why others are nervous with all the robbing and shooting going on in the city. And to those folks who may stereotype you,
I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, look at the face tattoo. This nigga been doing some robbing and stealing. Come on. Come on. He been jugging and finessing. There ain't no way this ninja has not been in the streets jugging and finessing, bro. It's crazy.
look at you funny when you're wearing that. What you want to say to them?
Judge yourself. Don't judge me. You don't know what I'm doing.
So you see he dipped off from that interview real quick. That nigga was about to incriminate himself. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can hear it, this is the sentiment from the community. All right. This is how people feel about it. This is how people feel about it. So let's get a little bit more information on just how the community feels about this issue. And also I want to cover a little bit how the news is covering it because it's absolutely hilarious.
New this morning, a proposed ban on wearing ski masks in the city of Philadelphia could soon become a law. The bill is on its second reading in City Council today. That's a formal step before a vote on final passage. The bill prohibits wearing ski masks.
So the actor that they have putting on a ski mask, is this representative of those who wear Pooh Shiesty masks? I'm just asking. We just saw everyone advocating for the mask. And now the news is going to gaslight us and have this damn near translucent white man putting on the damn Pooh Shiesty mask like they're the main ones rocking the urban mask or the urban hat. I mean, it's unjustifiable. It's I mean, it's fake news. It's inauthentic reporting. It's inauthentic report. Honestly, I'm really trying to figure out when I've seen a white boy wear a Pooh Shiesty mask who wasn't, you know, trying to be a rapper or some shit like that. In public, I'd be hard pressed to say I've ever seen it ever in my life. I'd be hard pressed to say I've ever seen it in my natural born life. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen a white man in a ski mask. Honestly, I genuinely don't think I have. I'm legitimately trying to think back. And I can't even fathom it. Right? Maybe Tommy from Power. Like, come on. Let's be real. Let's get realistic about this shit.
Masks, sometimes called balaclavas or shiesties or some other names. They're used as a way of concealing one's face in public places, including schools, rec centers, parks, or mass transit. Fines would be $250 and up to $2,000 if worn during criminal activity. There would be exemptions for religious requirements and other free speech needs.
Whew. I mean, this is absolutely hilarious. Honestly. All right. Let's keep going.
In public places, no matter how cold it is. Philadelphia, don't wear a ski mask in public places, no matter how cold it is. The city just banned them for schools, daycare centers, recreation centers, and public transportation, with some exceptions for religious reasons. Here's what's driving the ski mask ban. That night of mass looting in September, when groups of mask-wearing burglars ransacked businesses across the city. CB Cotton is on the story for us. CB.
Hi, Harris. Yeah, those backing the ski mask ban say for years, criminals have used the motto, no face, no case, knowing if they hid their identity, it'd be tougher to be caught. The Philadelphia City Council hoping to change that mentality.
Now, who came up with that ringy phrase? It has a ring to it. Almost sounds like a rap song or a rap bar. No face, no case. I mean, let's keep it a bug. Let's keep it a bug.
Mentality with a new bill prohibiting ski masks on public transportation and inside school buildings, daycares, rec centers, and parks. Those caught wearing a mask face a $250 fine. That goes up to $2,000 if a mask is worn while a crime is committed. Council members say they've seen an uptick in people wearing these masks while committing crimes. In September, police releasing video of people looting several stores while wearing these masks. Dozens were later arrested. Now, opponents of the ban arguing that it will be selectively enforced, leading to mistrust between police and the community.
Selectively enforced? Yeah, I doubt it. I genuinely doubt it. Will there be a disproportionate amount of young black kids getting these $250 fines? Yeah. Because they're the only ones wearing them. Period.
I can't in good conscience vote for something that I feel would further criminalize and marginalize young black men in our city.
There you have it.
Sponsor council.
Well, good thing that they don't need you to vote for this to further criminalize and marginalize young black kids in the city. They do that to themselves. So it's almost like, you know, we really don't need your vote to do that because they're doing it to themselves. But this might help or, you know, be a deterrent to kids who are thinking about getting into these types of crimes. But because of your selfishness, now those kids who might have been deterred from legislation like this are going to be fully encouraged because they know they have your support, sister.
Councilman Anthony Phillips hoping the ban will help solve crimes, including several recent shootings committed by people wearing ski masks.
The Philadelphia Police Department can't figure out who it is because they're wearing a bunch of ski masks and they can't do anything about it. The reality is that we have allowed for basic principles of safety to go unrest.
Mentioned the bill has exceptions, including ones for religion and lawful First Amendment activities, such as protest. Councilman Phillips saying he's ready.
And that's a slippery slope even too, because we now know that riots also can be deemed as protests. So these super gremlins can gather in packs of 20, 30, 40, even 100, and they can go into a store and say, hey, we're protesting, you know, police brutality. Take everything and say, hey, that was part of our protest. Slippery slope to throw in protests in this legislation.
Reevaluate if changes need to be made to fight against bad actors. Now, Harris, the bill is now slated to head for the mayor's desk and could be signed into law.
Woo! So things are getting hot and heavy in the city of Philadelphia. And people are tired of these Pooh Shiesty masks. Okay? People are tired of these Pooh Shiesty masks. And people are having fun on Twitter as well with these Pooh Shiesty masks and how they are received and perceived by the citizens who aren't engaging in debaucherous behaviors with these masks on.
The second point I want to make is regarding these face mask head coverings, right? More popularly known as shiesties among our young folks. Those face masks are prohibited on SEPTA property. You come on SEPTA property wearing your shiesty, you will be engaged by police. So I want you to think about that. For those involved in activity that is illegal, you will be engaged by police. Now you got two choices: remove it, or we escort you off property.
There you have it. Take them off. Take them off. Okay? It's that simple. It's that simple. You want to fly under the radar. You want to avoid police interaction, police activity. Go ahead. Take the damn mask off. Take it off.
So I'm from Philly, and if you have been watching the news, you know that this went into effect. And the issues I have with it, number one, Philly is the poorest of the large cities in the country. I think we're the 15th largest city, but we're number 8 when it comes to poverty.
What the fuck does that have to do with wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask? I swear, the rationalization hamster in these sisters' mind, it's absolutely outrageous.
There are a lot of issues within our city, and crime is one of them. Crime has been rampant. We all know this. There have been a lot of crimes that have had people involved that wear, the Pooh Shiesty Jones. I get it. It's political theater. I'm going to explain why. Crime is an economic issue.
So here they keep going with this fallacy. Crime is an economic issue and all this bullshit. I mean, the shit has already been debunked, man. It's already been debunked. Just because you're poor doesn't mean that you're going to go commit a crime. Doesn't mean that you're going to go kill somebody. It's about your values. It's about your culture. It's about the way that you carry yourself and how you're raised. That's it. Okay? But they want to make this the reason for crime so bad, and that is poverty, because it's an excuse for failure. Simply, it's an excuse for failure.
When crime happens is because there are people that cannot afford to live, so they resort to crime. All those looting, robbing, steal, all of those things are economic issues.
But the people who are looting, robbing, and stealing, look, man, they're not doing this because they're broke and destitute. They're doing this because they're greedy. They're committing evil actions. And they have evil and wickedness in their hearts, point blank.
Pump money into the economy, when you supply people jobs, when you make sure that the minimum wage is something that's sufficient, that people can afford a 1-bedroom apartment, when you make sure that people are able to live and thrive, you make sure all those things, crime.
So obviously she doesn't understand economics. If you raise the minimum wage, all that does is raise inflation, as you guys can see. With the McDonald's fiasco in California, they raised the minimum wage of fast food workers all throughout California, and fast food chain restaurants like Chipotle and notably McDonald's have had to raise their prices to compete with that. And now people are buying Big Macs. They get in their damn receipt and they ordered a medium Big Mac with a medium Diet Coke meal. And now it's coming out to $18 instead of the $12, $10 that it used to be. Why? Because of women and liberal men like this.
Systematically goes down. Here's my problem with this. This is a Band-Aid for a gunshot. This is going to do nothing but criminalize groups that have already been marginalized within our city.
There you have it. And this is what I would say 85% of Black women believe. And I'll stand on that number.
The majority of people that wear these masks come from 2 civic groups in what I've seen. 1, Black men and Black boys. We already have a soon-to-be mayor.
But, I mean, for the Black men, isn't it so immature if you are a grown man walking around in a Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask? Before all this stuff, you could wear a mask like this in sports and whatnot, and maybe you wear it after the game just to, because you don't want to get fully undressed and take all your stuff off, whatever. But this has never been something, these masks, it's never been something that you wear out in public as a grown man unless you're about to commit a crime. Never in the history of everdom. But as you can see, she's talking, oh, black men and black boys. This is who it targets. Well, black men shouldn't have these masks on anyway. How about that? Black men shouldn't have these damn masks on anyway. It's immature. Grow the hell up, right? Grow up.
Already stated that she's going to bring back stop and frisk. We already are in touchy ass territory, right? So only are we going to criminalize black men and black boys more than they already been. Now,
so she speaks on stop and frisk. Let's bring it back. Bring it back. What's wrong with that? We need some stop and frisk, especially in Philly, when we just covered that y'all have eclipsed murder rates and homicide numbers that have not been eclipsed before. So bring back stop and frisk. I don't see the issue at this point because you guys have made it so bad for people to live that now extreme policing measures must be taking place because you guys defunded the police and now we need to give them the tools to regain control of the community.
on the second hand of that, who else do you think wears Pooh Shiesty masks when they're trying to, especially when they're trying to protect their identity? Protesters. There it is. There you go. Look here. 500 points for you.
Which I don't think is a good idea to include that exception into the bill for obvious reasons. We know that we have radical protesters, radical Antifa protesters, radical Black Lives Matter protesters, radical leftist protesters, radical Free Palestine protesters. Okay? These people are radicals. They should not be protected by this law to cover their face so that they can commit crimes in the guise of protesting. No, I won't have it. I won't allow it. And if I were president, I wouldn't allow it. Okay? I wouldn't. You want to do the anonymity thing online? Yeah, that's fine. But once you come outside, you better show your monkey ass face. Straight up. You better show your face, man. Because we know what y'all ninjas are doing. You're going in to these stores and taking everything.
As if ski masks get banned, then any sort of full face covering gets banned. Especially when it comes to protesters, this is super dangerous as well. So I want y'all to read between the lines. I want y'all to really pay attention, especially what's going on in Philadelphia. Because like schools are being shut down. There's not enough funding for arts programming and after school program as is. Young people don't have nowhere to go. They have no place to kick it. They have nothing to do.
I have an idea. Go to tutoring. Shocker. Go to after school math tutoring, after school English tutoring. Talking about they don't have nowhere to go. They literally have after school programs where you can get tutored in subjects that you are struggling with. Go do that. Go to the damn library. Read a book. Listen to an Audible book. Do something. If they don't have no place to go, whose fault is that? The parents' fault or the school's fault? It's the parents' fault.
Right. But this is the thing that city council felt they need to do to make sure we were safe, even though this is not going to deter a motherfucker from robbing you just because they can't put on a Pooh Shiesty.
Yes, the fuck it will. You've seen all these crimes increase because they're able to keep their anonymity. Watch when they have to take them shits off unless they're going to be engaged by police. Then you'll start to see all these carjackings go down. You'll start to see all these robberies go down. Mark my words.
Wants to rob you, they're just going to rob you. Because why? Because they probably need the money or they need the resources. Like I said,
Or they're just fucking assholes. How about that? A lot of times they're not even stealing because they need it. When they do these carjackings, I told you guys before, they're not using them to increase their economic position, their financial position. No. They're taking these cars, they're using them for sliding on the ops, or they're just going on a quick joyride and just to say, oh yeah, I jacked somebody's shit.
crime is an economic issue, and until it's addressed as an economic issue, none of this shit is going to change. And this is just this is not even a band-aid. This is like a beret. This is like a ribbon.
Could she even wear a beret on that bald ass head? Respectfully.
This is like putting some glitter on a cut. Hey, we've done something. Yay, us. Read between the lines. Understand what's happening. Be vigilant. Be aware. And know that this is bullshit and this is not going to do shit. I said what I said.
Oh, man. And this is what the community, this is how they feel. This is how they feel about it, y'all. All right. This is how the community is feeling about it. And then you've got the liberals, the leftist women who are following through with the alley-oop to justify why this law should not be enacted and why it's bad for the community and all this shit.
I have a ski mask on. I don't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm to anybody.
Yeah, so in Philadelphia, they're now banning ski masks. I think they're waiting for it to get signed. And I learned about this a couple days before that video was shared on TikTok. And I feel for that kid. Most of the time when I see people wearing ski masks, they're my...
You feel for that kid? What the fuck is she talking about? I feel for that kid. Like, is she acting like he just got assaulted or something? What about the victims of these people wearing these damn masks? Do you feel for them? You piece of shit. It's so crazy that they feel for the criminals and not for the law-abiding citizens.
Mind their own business. They're on the train and they're younger. And when 6ABC reported this on Instagram, this is what they showed as a ski mask, right? This is so inflammatory because this is...
That's inflammatory. You know what? The reason why it's inflammatory is because they have the wrong person under the ski mask. Oh my God, bro. Oof. We ain't solving this issue no time soon, big dog. Might as well tough it out for the next couple decades. I'm calling it now.
This is basically a hat with the eyes and the mouth cut out. And this person looks like they're about to rob me, especially it's the dead of like the middle of summer and they're wearing this. That is not what we see. We see...
What? How is that not what you see? How is that not what you see? You just said it's young niggas wearing this shit. And then she said if somebody's wearing this in the summer, then it's scary because why are you wearing this in the summer? But and then she goes to say that's not what we see. How? Bruh, I saw people, I shit you not. I shit you not. I saw people wearing Pooh Shiesty masks on the beach. On the beach. Swimming trunks, no t-shirt, naked under the swimming trunks, Pooh Shiesty mask.
Like the middle of summer and they're wearing this. That is not what we see. We see kids with basically their face covered and their head covered. And I think the other thing that I noticed, so I had posted my feelings on Instagram about this, and basically what I received back was, you don't know about the crime, you don't know about the raids, and of course I do, but
I guarantee you don't.
I was flabbergasted to think that, one, people don't understand this is over policing. This is a cash grab for the city. Think about how many tickets they're going to hand out, how much money they're going to make. This is also, to me, another, I fear, another version of stop and frisk, where it's a different way to police people. Clothing is also a self-expression. It's wintertime. They're banning it in winter. And then also ski masks have been around for years. Years. You see them on runways. They're obviously functional for skiing, but they've been around for years. So why enforce this when I'm sure there's something else you could do to protect what I'm sure they're most concerned about? Public, it's property, right? Theft. And then people. There has to be something else. I don't know the answer, but I can't believe.
Then shut the fuck up. Shut the hell up. You don't know the answer? Stop right there. We got the answer. Ban the fucking mask. That's the first answer. That's the first answer. This 100 question test. That's the first answer. Now we got 99 more to go.
It's this misinformation plus just making a trap.
And let me just highlight that the misinformation on this post is the man under the mask. That is the misinformation. That is the inflammatory image that she was speaking about and discussing earlier. It's an inaccurate representation, inaccurate depiction, inaccurate illustration of who is actually doing these crimes.
For kids to get tickets or arrested or just creating, I don't know.
Well, if they mama don't want to pay that damn ticket, guess what they gonna have to do? Baby, you ain't wearing that goddamn mask outside. Shout out to Pooh Shiesty mask for the $50 cash out.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
I appreciate that, Pooh Shiesty mask. Your donation is greatly appreciated, and we will honor your name by getting all of these masks off of the street.
Overall distrust, increasing distrust. Bye.
Oh my God, man. Damn. I mean, these leftists are different. Okay. The justification of these masks, I've never seen the rationalization before. The just hard arguing for dumbass shit. I've never seen it on this level. Okay. I haven't seen it on this level at all. And TikTok is exploding, discussing, this issue. TikTok is exploding. So I want to, give you guys a little insight on how people feel when encountered by people with these Pooh Shiesty masks. Okay. Because it's not a good feeling. When somebody walks up to you with a Pooh Shiesty mask, whether they mean you harm or not, it's not a good feeling. It makes you antsy. It makes you scared. It makes you want to go into your shell. It makes you not want to make eye contact with somebody. I can't see if they're smiling. I can't see if they're angry. I can't see anything about their intentions. I can't read their body language. I can't read their facial inflections. I can't see anything. Can't see anything. So people who are encountered and faced with these super gremlins and Pooh Shiesty masks, they're scared. Now, this story is a little more lighthearted, but the initial reaction from two African Americans is what really shocked me, is what really stood out to me. So let's get into it.
Today I seen a really funny post. This nigga was talking about how his car got stuck in a snowbank and he was sitting there and he was like kind of pissed because fuck, I can't get out. Then he said he saw a car pull up tinted and the car was like 4 niggas with ski masks. He said his heart dropped like, damn, it's my time to go. He said these.
Wow. Now, why did he think that 4 ninjas in a ski mask were a threat? That leftist woman just said that people stopping, or she just said that these young men were not threats. Why would 2 black people think that this was some type of threat? Right? I mean, it never makes sense, bro.
These niggas said, damn, bro, you stuck. We can help you. That nigga said, I didn't say nothing. I let them get me off. I didn't even say thank you. I pulled it off so fast. I was scared.
First of all, hell yeah, bitch. If I'm stuck in the snow and a car pull up with tents and niggas with ski masks, bitch, I'm dead.
I'm pissed.
So even when these super gremlins or these super gentleman gremlins went to help, they were still scared. That's different.
Fuck. I would have shitted myself.
I don't know about all that, but I'll have my gun out.
I was shitting. And when I was thinking, like, these are some niggas looking to do some bad shit and they trying to get their karma up. Like, why the fuck are y'all driving around in tinted windows with y'all ski masks on looking to save somebody? Hell no, y'all looking to kill somebody. Like, let's save somebody on our way so God forgives us.
So you heard her. She said them ninjas was looking to go kill somebody. And they did one good deed to justify the remainder of their evil acts. So we have other communities weighing in on the ski mask thing. I can't play the music, but I'll play a little bit of it. So this is the Asian community weighing in on this. All right, so that's copywritten. It says, don't be surprised when you see people dying more often in Philly. Ski mask ban is top weird. So if there's any community that needs this ski mask ban more than anybody, it's the Asian community. If there's any community that is in dire need of some type of legislation to slow these super Pooh Shiesty mask wearing gremlins down, it's the Asian community. But the Asian Gen Zers don't quite get it. They don't quite get it. Very interesting. So you have some solidarity there with the Asian community. But it is not reciprocated. It's not reciprocated, even though they are one of the, I would say they're one of the top victims of Pooh Shiesty mask wearing super gremlins. They still advocate for the masks. So this is another brother from the community saying exactly the same thing. Don't be surprised when you see people dying more often in Philly. Ski mask ban is top weird, and he's doing some little dance. This dance, in my opinion, is top weird. But I guess that this is what the kids are doing now. So I think the dance is top weird. He thinks the banning of the ski masks are top weird. So very interesting. So we have another take from a brother in the community. And as you guys can see, he starts off and says, young boy, why the fuck you keep... All right, he says, "Aw, man, bodies about to be dropping like flies since the state banned Pooh Shiesty mask in Philly. How y'all gonna hide from y'all ops now?" So exactly what I said was the purpose of Pooh Shiesty Mask. He is outlining and defining here in this top weird TikTok video dance bullshit. So he's saying because the Pooh Shiesty masks are banned, the murder rate is going to go up. I totally disagree. If the murder rate goes up, it has nothing to do with these Pooh Shiesty masks. And it has everything to do with the lack of prosecution, the lack of teeth in legislation that, you know, can prevent these criminals from reoffending. All right. The open door policy in the criminal justice system, the overturning of years of hard work and legislation implemented to keep citizens safe. The defunding of the police. Those are the things that have contributed to the increase in the murder rate. The lack of respect, the lack of morale from the police not seeing the job as beneficial, even with pensions. You have police officers who are quitting before they qualify for their pension, you know, 2 years. I've even heard stories of a guy quitting 6 months before he qualified for his pension because of how dangerous it was. And he believed that 6 more months on the job would, you know, render the end of his life potentially. And you have this little ninja believing that because ski masks are banned, the murder rate is going up. Communitas completely backwards, y'all. It's completely backwards. Completely backwards. Okay. Can't argue any differently. You can't say, but we just want to be safe. That's cap.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, they ain't playing with you no more. Philadelphia done banned the ski masks. Yes, they did. They said, that's it. No more y'all running around here with the Pooh Shiesty mask with all your features covered up, running around, and y'all be coming in the stores, stealing all kind of clothes and shoes and bottles of water and feminine products and pencils and crayons and turkey legs and ice cream and coffee and orthopedic shoes and candy and necklaces, the little tiny necklaces with the charm on them, the necklaces that pop as soon as you get them, and fake earrings and dentures and S-curl activator and belts, all that. Y'all just in here just looting and doing all kind of ignorant mess. And they tired of it. They tired of it. No, this is over. They said you have found the end. No more of that. They done. They finished with y'all. They ain't playing with y'all no more. We can see y'all around. And if you get caught wearing it, it's a $250 fine. Now, so if you're gonna wear it, you and these kids ignorant, they gonna wear it anyway, but they gonna wear it, and the first thing they're gonna do before they gonna put it on and then go rob somebody for $250. So when you catch them, they got the $250. That's what they're gonna do. Ignorant as hell. Now I almost said the wrong thing. Never mind.
There you have it. So we have we have a brother who is keeping it real as possible. Okay, he's keeping it real as possible on these Pooh Shiesty masks, and he brought some comedic levity to the situation, which I greatly enjoyed. So shout out to that brother. We have some level heads still with us.
I have a ski mask on. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm.
Time out. Let me take a bite. Anyway, I know I'm dirty. $250 if you get caught wearing a ski in public? Philly, first of all, I ain't no shooter, I ain't no killer, I ain't no robber. But a nigga like me gonna wear the ski because I get cold easily. I'm anemic. So like you trying to tell me niggas can't wear the ski out no more? You know what? It's because all the niggas wanted to wear the ski mask throughout the summer and that fucking food. Because personally, for me, if you wearing a ski mask and it's freaking 80, 90 degrees outside, there's something seriously wrong with you. Nigga, you don't have no ops. But people like me, I wear it for the warmth. You know, it covers my head. I don't gotta worry about that extra breeze tickling the back of my neck. $250 is crazy.
So there you have it. He thinks the fines are ridiculous. Interesting. Now let's hear from our Black queens, y'all. Let's see what they got to say.
You know what, y'all? The government and them political leaders swear they low. And I need y'all to follow me today. Follow me, right? And I'm about to break this down what I'm getting ready to tell y'all why.
Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the GoFundMe, support the Patreon, join the Patreon, get exclusive content. You already know what the deal is.
I feel like they think they low, but I'm hip to them, right? And this is just my theory. And y'all could, you know, take it for false or facts if y'all want. But look, follow me. In 2020, right? Remember when the pandemic first started? That was like March of 2020. So by April, we was all mandated to wear masks. We couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't go to the store. We couldn't go to the gas station. You know, they set us in the house. They gave us a couple dollars, whatever, you know, to stop the spread of COVID-19. So as a result of COVID-19 and mandating being masked, a lot of people started to wear the ski mask. They adopted that persona, right? And people like, okay, well, it's just ski masks. We got to wear a mask anyway. Cool. But now, right, in Philadelphia, what I'm learning about just from my own city, right? Everybody is wearing a ski mask, especially a lot of the young people. They're wearing ski masks no matter where you go. It's 100 degrees. They got a ski mask. But also what I noticed is that in every murder that's been committed, the ones that they're flashing on the news, they got full footage of and things like that. All these murders are being committed with a mask on their face, right? So if y'all really want to stop gun violence and y'all really want to put aside all this chaos that's going on, this madness that's going on in the city, why haven't y'all banned ski masks? Because COVID is pretty much over. You don't have to wear a mask no more. But everybody's still wearing ski masks, whether it's 100 degrees outside or 1 degree outside. You don't have to wear it. You you got a choice now. So they're wearing this ski mask to school everywhere, and all these people it fits the criteria of the same people that's wearing the ski masks to commit murder. So why haven't y'all banned it? You know what?
So she's speaking some truth to power. And she's fed up with these ski masks. It looks like she got a little car seat in the back. So she's got a child that she is trying to protect. So we do have some rational sisters in the building. But they have to be directly affected first. That's the only reason and the only way they speak up about the injustices and the evil happening in the community. They have to be directly affected. Otherwise, oh, it ain't my problem. Oh, some white folks got robbed, some Asians got robbed. Oh, shit, they shouldn't have been fucking around in the hood then. That's the rationale until it's you. Until it's you. And that's what I've been saying since the beginning, okay? Until it's them, they don't care. Until it's their child, they don't give a damn.
You know why they probably haven't been there, and this is just my theory, is that, okay, most of this is black on black crime. A lot of it is. And because it's black on black crime, they're going to let us exterminate ourselves, right? And you look up 5 or 6 years, a lot of the black race is already exterminated. So now we buying everything from them. We going to them. We getting everything from them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're not in control. We're not in power no more. And that's probably how some people want it, right? Because I hate to say it, racism is still out here. It's just in different forms, and people who is hiding now. So now we got to.
So it's racist that they didn't ban the mask, but now it's racist that they are banning the mask. God damn. Woo! Lord have mercy. It's gotta be tough to be white in this country in 2023. Boy, you cannot win for losing in this motherfucker. It's racist to ban the mask because you are disproportionately marginalizing, disenfranchising, targeting a specific demographic, aka black men. But it is equally as racist if you don't ban the mask, because then you are disenfranchising, cornering, and leaving susceptible these same black men to gun violence. Which one is it? Which one is it? We can't play both sides of this coin. Either it's racist to ban the mask or it's not.
Dig a little deeper to find out and see it. So my thing is this: if y'all really care, politicians, government leaders, police, all y'all, why haven't y'all 24 hours sat down and came up with a law to ban ski masks? Also the punishment, call in the National Guards if you need, to ban these ski masks, like to reinforce this law. And I'm gonna keep saying, until y'all ban ski masks, I don't care how many cameras y'all put up. It doesn't matter. These people is going out with ski masks during the day with a bunch of witnesses, keep killing people right in front of the camera and does not care. Because you know why? No face, no trace. As long as they got them ski masks on and they keep doing this, they're going to continue to do it. So until y'all...
That's the second time we heard somebody say no face, no case from the community. And it was another black woman.
Establish a plan to ban ski masks, then I take y'all seriously. Right now, I don't believe y'all want to stop crime. I don't believe y'all want to do it because it works in some of y'all favor. Yes, it is wicked people in high places. I need y'all to stop thinking that it's not. Believe it, because it happens.
Wow. I mean, yes, we all agree. The Soros-funded DAs, we get that part. Wicked people in high places. But what about these fucking wicked people in the low places, huh? What about these animals in the low places? What about these savages in the low places? Shooting men, women, children, sliding on ops, making it dangerous for kids to play outside. What about these scoundrels in low places? Oh yeah, there's some evil people in high places and they're doing it. Okay, yeah, fine, we got that. But there's way more evil people in these low places.
Happening. If y'all want this to stop, ban ski masks. Ban ski masks. Put the law in effect today. There is no excuses. It takes 24 hours for y'all to come up with this and execute a plan to put it in effect immediately. If y'all serious about ending this gun violence. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And my name is Ms. Bird, and of course I approve this message.
She said some good things. She said some bad. Okay. But this just shows you how much confusion there is amongst the community, specifically black women. Lots of confusion. And a lot of it is being fueled by black men. And, we need to do a better job at leading our women. But if our moral compass is compromised, then how are the women supposed to come up with the right conclusion when it comes to these very particular, very pertinent issues that affect the community directly?
Hate to be a pick-me, but why do y'all need to wear ski masks in public indoor settings? Why do you need to wear something that conceals your identity in public indoor settings? I don't understand the logic behind that. I hate how they're making this a big political. You're targeting young black men. Well, why do y'all need to run around inside of stores with a ski mask on? Like, remember, you used to go to school and then they'd be like, take your hood off. Take your hood off. Baby, we need to see you. A group of niggas walked into the barbershop the other day and they all came in with ski masks on. Baby, I was afraid for my life. And it wasn't even in Philadelphia. So, I don't know. Y'all need to stop this. We don't need to be wearing ski masks. No.
Never thought I'd say this, but shout out to the LGBT community, specifically the LGBT community, for standing up against this nonsense. We here have a homosexual man who, in all intents and purposes, out of all the opinions of black men on this channel pertaining to this topic, has the best opinion. Now, there were a couple who were, agreeing with us, but I think this brother made his point in the most eloquent way. So shout out to the LGBT community, Because if all of y'all stood on business like this, then maybe we'd have a safer community. Okay? But I mean, if these are the people that we have who are speaking sensibly in the community, the only people we have, we're in big trouble. We in big trouble, y'all. If the LGBT community are the only sensible ones, the only ones who have common sense, the only ones who can see logic and rationale in the Black community are the LGBT brothers, we in big trouble. Big dookie, yo. So now we are going to finally get to a sister's point of view, another sister's point of view. And we pretty much have a good grasp, a good scope on how the community thinks about this issue. But I do want to hear this sister's take because she is going to break it down for us. And then we'll get into some current crimes in Philadelphia. And then we'll go ahead and conclude the show because we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. So buckle up. We're going to keep it intense. We're going to keep it entertaining for the rest of the stream. We're going to take a really short break, and then we're going to get into our final, voice from the community. And it just so happens to be a beautiful Black queen. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
What's up, y'all? It's me again, back on the blogs. Actually, I wasn't on the blogs. I was on Twitter. Philadelphia has banned the Pooh Shiesty mask from buses and trains, which would, of course, mean train stations as well. So you will not see them on public transportation. This is from XXL. The Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, come on, people say SEPTA, don't do that, has banned the wearing of ski masks, with the police chief referencing Pooh Shiesty while recently announcing the mandate. On Thursday, May 25th, SEPTA announced the ban in response to a fatal shooting of a man on a bus.
Okay, now I do want to correct this article here. The police chief didn't mention Pooh Shiesty. He mentioned Shiesty masks. You know, it's a very important distinction because the police chief did not try and give notoriety or clout to this man. He is using the street term. Okay, he was not referencing the rapper. He was using the street term in which they used to identify these masks. Had nothing to do with the rapper. The only thing that had it to do with the rapper is it just so happened to be named after him. Does this police chief know who Pooh Shiesty is? I doubt it. Okay, but he does know what the mask is called. So he didn't reference the rapper Pooh Shiesty. He referenced the name of the mask, the street name for the mask. And it's not Urban Hats or Urban Masks, as that other hood ninja with the face tattoo said.
In Germantown, Pennsylvania, on Wednesday, according to local news outlets Fox 29 News, the assailant, who was wearing a hoodie and a ski mask, shot the victim in the chest. So when this was brought up on Twitter, I said, I've seen businesses with signs that say no Pooh Shiesty masks. I particularly noticed this policy posted in front of smoke shops. I don't smoke, and I don't know what's been going on. I don't know the climate out there, but that's something that I've just noticed. What really annoyed me, and I felt like it was coming from like the brunch boot Black population, is that people were trying to like defend this Pooh Shiesty mask and act like they should be around and like they're infringing on our fashion. Let me tell you something. Those Pooh Shiesty masks, or balaclavas, whatever you call them, you know, they make sense. They would have made sense in the pandemic, at the peak of the pandemic,
or they
No, they never made sense. They never made sense, bro. Why not just wear the mask? Why is it so important to wear a full face covering? The M95 masks were good enough.
they would make sense in the type of weather that requires them. But when you got like it's 70 some goddamn degrees in New York right now, it's no reason for me to have my face covered like that. Like, what are you really doing? What are you up to? You know what I'm saying? Then I tweeted, because that's what I do. I said, y'all really out here defending Pooh Shiesty mask, LMAO, FOH, LOL. Let me see you get off at Sutter Ave and not feel some type of way if a mob of 5 dudes is walking towards you with them on. Yeah, you're going to feel some type of way because I don't want to see that. I'm glad they banned those Pooh Shiesty masks. They should. There are so many businesses here you cannot walk in. Like I said, smoke shops I've noticed, but even like local, like some of the bodegas and things like that, they have signs outside, just like the same signs that might say, wear your mask in this particular establishment, whatever. It's signs that say, do not wear Pooh Shiesty masks. I've taken pictures of those signs that say do not wear Pooh Shiesty masks. But it's an epidemic. Like I see mad dudes walking down the street with these masks on, and it's like, it's no reason. Like, what are you up to? I'm not comfortable either. I get it, you know? So I feel like those of you who are acting like, why would they do that? You're being very disingenuous, and you're acting like this is not a greater problem of a lot of issues. There's been an uptick in like shootings and stabbings and killings and all kinds of things. And, there's a lot of surveillance around, but what do you see when you see on those surveillance? People having those Pooh Shiesty masks on. And this is not me talking on some old head stuff. I'm just talking on some public safety stuff, you know? I don't know why, if I see somebody right now with a Pooh Shiesty mask on and he come anywhere near close to me, you are seconds from being maced. I'm serious.
There you have it. So you hear the sister. She ain't having it. She ain't having it. Okay? So we need more of that. We need more Black women to speak up, because at this moment they have the reins. They're holding the reins on the community. Okay? That's what's going on. So let's transition into some other stories that are going on in Philadelphia that pretty much set the tone for why this particular legislation is needed, direly needed in the community to solve the crime issue.
Shot at a corner store in North Philadelphia. One of these 3 has died now. The other 2 are really in bad shape. The killer has not been caught. Shayna, what else can you tell us from police headquarters?
3 people have been shot in a corner store. They most likely have footage. The killer has not been caught. Why? Why? Because of the Pooh Shiesty mask. Pooh Shiesty mask. Pooh Shiesty mask.
Well, my neighbors are just devastated. This is a very tight-knit community in Kensington where the Amanacere corner store is located. So many people go there for their basic needs. A lot of folks in the area know exactly who this father and son are, and they are just distraught over the whole thing. So let me walk you through exactly what we know from police. Still unclear how it all unfolded officially, but we do have a sense from sources that this was an attempted robbery. Now, police say, you mentioned that 34-year-old man, he was shot twice in the head. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced. We also know there was a 61-year-old man, presumably the father of that 34-year-old. He was also shot in the head and the chest. He's in critical condition this morning. And then there's a third unidentified man, also critical because of another gunshot wound to the head. So a gruesome scene here. Neighbors and customers near Hancock and Cambria Streets, who came to the scene, by the way, when all of this unfolded, tell all of us that this father-son duo was well loved, well respected, and they just can't imagine why anyone would try this to them.
These people, they were beautiful people. I mean, one of a kind that you can ever met. like I say, they will always have like a good spirit, always smiling, saying good morning. You know, it's you can feel it. They're always been hard working people, and this is what really hurt me is that, you know, a lot. Not only this store, it happens everywhere, where people are working hard to put food on their table, and then somebody just come and kill them like that.
Yep. Yep. Mm, 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 mm. She said it right there, and everybody's feeling it, man. Everybody's feeling it. And y'all wonder why y'all getting profiled when y'all walk in these damn stores. You wonder why the hurry up and buy thing is a real thing. Like, because of shit like this, man. And this is like literally known that ninjas will go into the bodegas and the convenience stores and the gas station and kill you and walk out with, you know, a bag of chips and $30 and feel like that was a successful robbery. The madness has to stop.
That needs to stop.
And, you know, I would be remiss to Mike and Alex if I didn't mention the fact that just 2 days ago, I was live outside of Macy's. We're talking about a security guard, again, earning an honest living and didn't make it home. And 2 days later, we're talking about this 34-year-old, another one, earning an honest living with his dad, well-known in his community.
And we got that Macy story coming up as well. Then we'll have to get up out of here. But I do want to do 2 stories that set the tone for what's going on in Philly.
And still didn't make it home. So neighbors are visibly upset. We can tell you that police have not recovered any weapons at this time. They're also looking at the surveillance video inside the Manacera store to see if the killer may have grabbed a gun that the owners may have had that they were trying to probably use in self-defense. Either way, the killer is still out there, and Philadelphia police are hoping to get to the bottom of this and get that person off the street.
Yep, everybody in that neighborhood knows that corner store for sure. This is horrible.
Wow. So deleting a pillar in the community, deleting a mover, a shaker, an entrepreneur, a business owner, somebody providing for their family. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Shooting at a corner deli in North Philadelphia. One man is dead, 2 others fighting for their lives. Sky Fox over 29th and Hancock Streets as police scour for clues. Our Steve Keeley is live for us at police headquarters tonight. What can you tell us here, Steve?
Well, the 25th Police District was quite busy for a couple of hours tonight because the folks here at headquarters reminded me that this shooting happened just 1.5 miles away, and 2.5 hours a prior shooting at the Los Brothers Corner Barbershop on North 5th Street in Philadelphia's 80% Hispanic Fairhill neighborhood. And so it was equal anguish and exasperation over this latest shooting of the 3 men tonight.
The system in this country, they really need to do something because the police need to have more authority than what they restrict or what they need to do and not do.
It happened in the corner store called Nuevo Amanecer, which is New Dawn. And its regular customers here at Cambria and Hancock Streets say there needs to be a New Dawn in Philadelphia to try and stop the seemingly nonstop violent crime. Neighbors who got to the store before police arrived tonight told us father and son owners had been shot, along with a 3rd man inside. Philadelphia police confirmed a 34-year-old had been shot and killed, shot twice in the head and once in the chest.
Damn.
A 61-year-old man was also shot in the head and chest and was still alive, but extremely critical, detective sources told us.
Shot in the head and chest. Damn, this is OD. I'm telling you guys, it is extremely dangerous to be dealing with these modern day super gremlins. You just can't do it. These super gremlins are on demon time.
A 3rd man inside, not yet identified, was shot in the head and critical too.
These people, they were beautiful people. I mean, one of a kind that you can ever met. They've always been hardworking people, and this is what really hurt me is that a lot. Not only this store,
And we talk about motive here. What is the motive? Why would somebody do this? What would motivate somebody to do this? The reason someone might do this, and shout out to our resident brotherly, lovely Philadelphian, Reese from Philly, chucking up the deuces in the chat. Shout out to Reese from Philly. He is on the grounds, and he's got his boots on the ground, and he's really feeling the temperature heating up in Philadelphia. So hopefully, we can get that brother out of the eye of the storm soon. But this is something that can pretty much be easily explained. It could have been, hey, you guys, what are you doing? Are you going to buy something? Are you going to, are you going to do something? It could have been something simple as that. Hey guys, you can't be hanging out in front of the store like any hour of the day. You're scaring the customers. Something as simple as that could have led to the vindictiveness and the aggression and the vengefulness of these super gremlins on Demon Time.
It happens everywhere.
Maricel Hidalgo lives just 3 doors away from the store, and through her tears and hurt, felt anger and frustration.
I know it's really hard because, seeing you don't know this is going to happen. This is something that happen. It can happen everywhere, and you don't know. But I think, the police has a restriction to act towards anyone.
So you heard that. She said the police are restricted from acting towards anyone. And she's absolutely right, because these super gremlins have demanded to defund the police and criminalize the police for doing their jobs. Sad.
Well, Maricel was also thinking about that Macy's security guard working in loss prevention that was killed just 2 days before here in Center City.
Lord have mercy.
Working hard, trying to earn a living and save enough to buy a house when he was killed. Just like the 34-year-old young man she knew so well at the corner house on her street just 3 doors away. 2 young men killed in the prime of their lives, and where it seems that no matter whether it's a major department store in the middle of Center City or a corner store in Fairhill, it seems that retail is maybe one of the most dangerous jobs to earn a living at in Philadelphia.
Woo! You heard what he said. Steve Keeley, he's been on it since hell. He's been doing this job for a long time, and you heard him. He said retail is one of the most dangerous jobs that you can do in Philly. Just 6 months ago, they were saying being a rapper is the most dangerous jobs that you could have. Now it's retail. The trickle-down effects of the Demon Time activities are alive and well and coming to a corner store near you. Unless you act fast, share my channel, watch my channel, contribute to my channel, and get the message out there so that we have another stream of information besides the mainstream media that wants you dumb, destitute, and victimized. These super gremlins are on Demon Time.
These days. Sheba?
The violence hitting so many corners of our city this week and for several weeks now. Steve, do police believe that this was a robbery attempt at the corner deli?
That's the way it looks right now. And they had surveillance, but they didn't have a monitor. So a detective brought a monitor in and they could see the surveillance, but no guns were recovered. So they figure whoever killed these 2 men scooped up the guns and took them along with any money they may have gotten.
All right. We know you'll stay on top of this one for us. Thank you, Steve.
This is the community, y'all. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking it's anything other than this.
Especially hard for families who've lost loved ones to gun violence. And tonight, some of their lives were honored as the community united, asking for peace in Philadelphia. Here's our Shawnette Wilson.
The people at this event tonight know they will never get back their loved ones, but what they want is exactly what this event was called, peace in Philly.
That's fine. It's around Aaron White.
Terry Vera Cruz's eyes filled with tears saying her son's name. He was killed March 4th of this year, a week after he turned 34 years old.
His heartbeat was my heartbeat. and my heart is just not beating the same.
Terry and her son's father, Eric White, came out to this Peace in Philly event in North Philly, organized by Zarina Lomax, founder of the Apologues, and co-sponsored by Councilmember Kenyatta Johnson. Dozens of families were here to honor the lives of their loved ones captured in portraits whose lives were taken by gun violence.
He loved to drive tow trucks. I mean, he's silly like me. He never got a chance to have any children.
Jonah Wama broke down looking at the portrait of his 31-year-old son, Joseph Wama, who lived with him. He was killed in the mass shooting in Kingsessing, July 3rd of this year.
It's like I'm dreaming. When I wake up in the morning, I don't hear your voice. I don't see you no more.
Families had dinner and enjoyed live performances, but the most important part of the night took place on this stage, where families like Denise Wells shared their pain with others who are sadly living the same nightmare.
Trying to cope with a new life, and it's hard.
Denise says her son, Paris Gary, was murdered by a friend August
Mm.
3rd. He was a great cook, tattoo artist, and father of 5. Tonight is a relief for her.
There's a lot of support from other parents, so it's helpful to me.
Movita Johnson Harold's son Charles was murdered 13 years ago, and her son Dante 2 years ago.
People watch me and know that they
So listen to all these mothers who have been affected by these super gremlins on Demon Time. And I guarantee every single one of them voted for Biden. Guarantee. No, I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. I can say that with no doubt in my mind. And I know over here we are in I told you so as community. And I think it's about time to say, hey, ladies, we told you so.
survive, right? That God will allow you to live with a broken heart, right? But not only that, that you can become a part of the solution and trying to stop this so another mother or another father doesn't have to bury their child.
In North Philly, Shawnette Wilson, Fox 29 News.
And they are continuing to work on solutions in this very tough time.
A very tough time indeed. Okay. So we're going to get into that Macy's stabbing that has gone not viral, but it's a pretty big story in Philadelphia. But we're going to take one more break. We're going to get into the Macy's stabbing. Then we're going to close out, guys. Stay tuned. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Super Trap, cop the merch, support the Patreon, hit the GoFundMe, do all those things to support the channel, share the channel, like the channel, comment immediately after the stream or comment during the stream, contribute to the channel. I want to see you guys wearing the merch. I want to see you guys active in the chat. I want to see you guys in the Discord. But do what you can to contribute to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. We'll be right back after a short message.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Janquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on Demon Time.
Now to the deadly stabbing at Macy's in Philadelphia. A security guard was killed and another wounded at the peak of the holiday shopping season. Stephanie Ramos is on the scene in Philadelphia. Good morning, Stephanie.
George, good morning. The deadly altercation happened at this Macy's department store when 2 guards trying to do their jobs were attacked.
Stabbing at Macy's.
This morning, a man is in custody after a deadly altercation at this busy Philadelphia Macy's store.
People trying to shop and be joyful and happy, and stuff like this happens. So you just got to be careful.
A security guard approached the man attempting to steal multiple hats. The man leaving the area, but police say he returned 15 minutes later to confront 2 guards.
There's a scuffle with the second security guard trying to save the first guard that stabbed, and that security guard sustains several stab wounds as well.
Authorities say the security guards were not armed. Both were rushed to the hospital. The 30-year-old guard later dying from his injuries. The
Damn.
suspect running from the scene. Authorities say he was apprehended moments later at a train station. This comes as retail theft is on the rise across the country, with smash and grabs becoming a common sight. The retail industry losing more than $100 billion in 2022, according to the National Retail Federation.
So that goes back to my debate with Chaotic Truth about can the super gremlins really affect the infrastructure? They absolutely can, to the tune of $100 billion. That's how much damage these super gremlins have done to our economy, our businesses, major and small corporations. It's absolutely ridiculous. They need to be stopped.
Macy's says in a statement that the security and safety of their customers and colleagues is their top priority. This location remains temporarily closed. This is still an active investigation, Michael.
Yeah, sad tragedy there, Stephanie. Thank you so much.
This is the norm in the community, y'all. He tried to do his job and stop the looters, and they looted him of his life. These super gremlins are on demon time. These security officers are just doing their job. They're here to make sure that people can come to this location and shop in a safe manner.
Now at 4, one Macy's security officer is dead. Another hospitalized after they were stabbed by a shoplifting suspect. It happened in the heart of Center City as horrified holiday shoppers looked on. It is Monday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Brian Taft. The big story on Action News today is that double stabbing inside the Macy's in Center City this morning. It all began with an effort to steal some hats, then took a deadly turn when the suspect came back to the store following a confrontation.
One person is in custody at this hour. Action News reporter Aliana Gomez is live outside Macy's with the very latest. Aliana.
Brian and Sarah, tragically, the two security guards hired to keep those shoppers safe inside of Macy's flagship store brutally attacked this morning. And as you see, Macy's, this store here in Center City, is a major attraction during the holiday shopping season. All this happening during the height of the shopping season as well. The storefront serving as a location for tourists and locals to come, now shut down, the security gates down, the local family mourning the loss of a loved one.
We're gonna have to close this store down. I need somebody with some tape.
A murder inside Macy's sends shoppers running for safety.
They were shopping, and on the loudspeakers, they just said like it's an emergency and everyone needs to evacuate. And then everyone got like pushed out.
Philadelphia police.
These ninjas really ruined Christmas. They seriously ruined Christmas. It's gonna be tough this holiday season. Shout out to KJ Stone with the $3 PayPal. I appreciate your contribution and glad to have you on the stream.
Oh, say less. Police say two unarmed security guards were stabbed and slashed by a man who was trying to steal hats from the retail store on 13th and Market around 10:45 Monday morning.
The security here stops that individual. There's some type of confrontation. The security here backs off, gets the merchandise back, allows the mail to go on.
But 15 minutes later, he came back to Macy's, this time armed with a knife and attacked.
Damn, so he literally got the merch back. He did his job, and the super gremlins spun the block. This is how dangerous these ninjas are, man. This is how treacherous and vengeful these ninjas are, man. Oh my God.
Back to the security guards.
There's a scuffle with the second security guard trying to save the first guard that stabbed, and that security guard sustains several stab wounds as well, or slash wounds as well.
A 30-year-old security guard was stabbed in the neck and died 20 minutes later.
Whee!
The other, a 23-year-old, was transported to Jefferson Hospital and is now in stable condition.
Only thing they were doing was doing their job. And I'm so sad to hear this. My heart goes out to these families, for everyone involved.
The suspect ran to a nearby train station but was captured by SEPTA police at the Somerset station in Kensington.
Wearing dark color pants, blue shiny coat. He had one sneaker on, one white sneaker.
The action cam was there as officers took a man matching his description into custody. And a Macy's spokesperson has released a statement saying, quote, "We're heartbroken about the incident that took place today at Macy's Center City. The store will remain temporarily closed as we work with law enforcement on this investigation and defer any further comments about the case to them." And we're still working to get an identification on the victims and, of course, the suspect as well. Once we have that information, we'll bring it to you live and on air at 6abc.com. For now, we're live in Center City. Aliana Gomez, Channel 6, Action News. Sarah?
All right, Aliana, thank you.
And they didn't have a immediate ID. Maybe he was rocking the infamous Pooh Shiesty mask.
This morning, the Macy's in downtown Philadelphia is marked with yellow crime scene tape. Police investigating a deadly double stabbing they say happened Monday after two unarmed security guards stopped a would-be shoplifter.
The security here backs off, gets the merchandise back, allows the mail to go on.
But about 10 minutes later, police say the man returned to the store and stabbed one of the guards, and then the other after he tried to help. The suspect, who fled on a subway, was later arrested at a station a few stops away. Both security guards were taken to the hospital, where one died from his injuries.
This started as a retail theft, upgraded obviously to a robbery, and then led ultimately to a homicide. And so, again, it's just a tragic situation.
According to Philadelphia police, this Macy's store is a hotbed of shoplifting, with over 250 reported retail thefts so far this year. In a statement to NBC News, Macy's says it is heartbroken about the incident, adding, "Ensuring the safety and well-being of customers and colleagues is always our top priority." The deadly incident comes as retail crimes have been getting a lot of attention nationwide. Though there's conflicting data on nationwide shoplifting, it is up in some major cities, including New York and Los Angeles, where
Some major cities? You gotta be freaking kidding me.
a flash mob recently stole $12,000 worth of apparel from a Nike store. In Philadelphia, police say there has been an uptick in property theft this year, including shoplifting. Now, one of the city's most popular department stores has also become the scene of a violent crime.
The mayor of Philadelphia says he's horrified by what happened here yesterday, and he's praying for the families of those security guards. Their identities, as well as the suspect's identity, have not yet been revealed. Hoda?
All right, Stephanie Gosk for us there in Philly. Steph, thank you.
Philly is a bad place to be right now, yo.
Story in Action News at noon is the aftermath of the horrific crime that struck at the heart of Center City this holiday season.
A Macy's security guard was killed and a second guard was injured during the stabbing attack inside the store. Police sources tell Action News the suspect, now identified as 30-year-old Tyrone Tunnel, was arrested yesterday after leaving the scene.
As you can see, Thug Max Alpha 7, and it looks like maybe mama or baby mama or somebody wanted to come and talk to him. Look how this officer's shoes are away.
Suspect, now identified.
What the hell y'all doing with my baby? He ain't do nothing. Y'all better let him go. Bitch, get the fuck on.
30-year-old Tyrone Tunnel was arrested yesterday after leaving the scene. Court records show Tunnel has a long history of retail theft, robbery, and drug offenses.
A long history of retail theft, robbery, and drug offenses, and he is still on the streets. Why? Yeah, okay.
The news reporter Maggie Kent live for us just outside of Philadelphia Police Headquarters. So, Maggie, you spoke with the mother of the security guard who was killed?
John, I sat down with Eric Harrison's mom today. She describes her son as a man with an incredible work ethic, working 2 jobs just yesterday. He also has a dry sense of humor. She says he was her best friend. And although he's
And this is an example of the worst of us taking out the best of us, as I have detailed in many other stories that I've covered on this channel.
27 years old, she was treating Christmas like she always does, hiding his presence in the basement.
I would just like to know why my baby?
Dawn Fobbs is in shock and disbelief.
One of the reasons why, unfortunately, we have to say, since we are in I Told You So as community and channel, you voted for this. That's one of the reasons.
Her son, 27-year-old Eric Harrison, was killed while working his security job at Macy's yesterday morning.
It couldn't happen to a more innocent soul, if that makes any sense. Like, just at work doing your job. You know, his second job at that.
After working overnight at the post office, Harrison made his way to Macy's, where he'd been a security guard for 2 years. It was a routine stop of a shoplifter who tried to steal hats. Harrison retrieved the merchandise and sent the man on his way.
So think about the mindset of the super gremlin who did the stabbings. He crashed out over a few hats. This is why I have coined the term thug maxed alpha simp.
With a knife, fatally stabbing Harrison and injuring his 23-year-old coworker.
This started as a retail theft, upgraded obviously to a robbery, and then led ultimately to a homicide.
The suspect, named by police sources as 30-year-old Tyrone Tunnel, tried to escape on the subway, but was caught soon after at the Somerset station by SEPTA police. Harrison's mother also works in retail as a store manager. She understands there's risk, but this is senseless.
Over some merchandise, you came in and took my baby's life. Like, he'll never have children. He'll never get married.
But guess what? If this guy would have been stealing, and the police stopped him and they shot him and they killed him because he pulled out a knife or whatnot, this woman would be on the streets protesting. Tell me I'm wrong.
All because of some hats.
Her son, described as a Frankfurt High graduate, a Philly kid through and through, leaves behind 3 younger sisters.
Just pray for us. Just pray for strength for me, please, and my family, because that's what we need.
She went on to say that, of course, she is grieving and there was so much to do.
And this is just another example of they don't care until it's their own. Now she's going to become a mother activist against gun violence. I mean, I have empathy for those mothers, but at the same time, took you a while
to prepare for a funeral for her son now, but she does want to take the time out and thank his coworker who tried to step in and save him, getting slashed in the face and stabbed in the arm himself.
Yeah, shout out to Broski.
We're live outside of police headquarters. Maggie Kent, Channel 6 Action News. Sarah.
Yeah, Maggie, a tragedy all the way around. Thank you.
Woo, shit, man. It's Philly for your ass.
The big story on Action News is the breaking update from authorities late this afternoon. SEPTA police say they were able to track the suspect in real time in the minutes after the crime, leading to his quick arrest at Somerset Station in Kensington. According to police, Tunnel was confronted by a security guard at Macy's for attempting to steal some hats. He first left the store, but came back 13 minutes later and attacked the guards. 27-year-old Eric Harrison was stabbed in the neck. A second guard stabbed when he came to Harrison's aid. Harrison did not survive. Investigators detail what happened next.
It's then that you see the defendant get up, pick up a shoe from the victim that had fallen off, ran down the steps of the SEPTA station, sat down on a bench, threw that knife away. We recovered that knife and put on the shoe of the victim.
Tunnel is now being held.
Jesus Christ, now that's different. This ninja stabbed the man in the neck, killing him, proceeds to take off his shoes and rocks the shoes of his victim. This is next level shiesty. This is next level treachery. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Held without bail. He will make his first court appearance in the coming weeks.
In the meantime, we are hearing today from the heartbroken mother of that 27-year-old who was killed in that attack.
She's really struggling to come to terms with this unimaginable loss. Action News reporter Maggie Kent spoke with her this morning. She's live outside of Macy's with that part of this story. Maggie.
A heartbreaking loss, especially right ahead of the holiday season. Macy's is still closed today because of the murder that took place here yesterday, and people have been coming to lay flowers down on the ground outside of the entrance in remembrance of a man who was killed while just doing his job.
He just turned 27 in October, and it's over.
Don Fobbs.
Damn, this ninja is damn near my age. Man, it's sickening, yo.
Is in shock and disbelief. Her son, 27-year-old Eric Harrison, was killed while working his security job at Macy's yesterday morning.
It couldn't happen to a more innocent soul, if that makes any sense. Like, just at work doing your job. You know, his second job at that.
After working overnight at the post office, Harrison made his way to Macy's, where he'd been a security guard for 2 years.
This started as a retail theft, upgraded obviously to a robbery, and then led ultimately to a homicide.
It was a routine stop of a shoplifter who tried to steal hats. Harrison retrieved the merchandise and sent the man on his way, but he returned with a knife, fatally stabbing Harrison and injuring his 23-year-old coworker.
But I would really love to, you know, to thank him. And I know he got injured himself, so I am truly, truly thankful.
The suspect, 30-year-old Tyrone Tunnel, tried to escape on the subway, but was caught soon after at the Somerset station by SEPTA police. Tunnel has been arrested more than a dozen times for retail theft, robbery, and drug offenses throughout the region. Now he faces murder charges.
The world we live in is senseless right now. And for somebody to come in.
But this is the world that y'all created, though. Let's keep it a buck. If it wasn't for the protests and the social justice movements that occurred in 2020, we might be sitting pretty right now. Her son may still be alive.
And then take my baby's life over a hat, or you're angry that you didn't get away with the hats. I don't even know how to fathom it.
And the victim in this case leaves behind 3 younger sisters as his family prepares for his funeral. We're live outside of Macy's in Center City. Maggie Kent, Channel 6, Action News.
Woo! And this is deep, y'all. This is deep. I want to get every detail of this story, so we're going to do it.
Police say that this stabbing happened after the suspect tried to shoplift inside the store. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Nikki Dementri is here. Nikki, you've been following this story.
Right, yeah. Chet makes a great point. He came back and murdered the security guard who let him go in the first place. He should have been arrested for stealing. But, bro, you know what I'm saying? Shit, we caught you, bro. Whatever. Look, bro, you don't want to ruin your life over 3 hats, bro. Just come back with some bread. And then they let the nigga go. He comes back and kills him.
All day. Yeah, a whole host of emotions by shoppers here today. A lot going on. Obviously, we know the holiday light show and the windows bring families from all over to Center City. Today, the stabbings happened right before lunchtime as the store started the busy holiday rush.
Just a tragic situation. Again, just right here, a few weeks before the holiday, these security officers are just doing their job.
Philadelphia police say a 30-year-old man is dead while a 23-year-old man is in the hospital. Both stabbed just 15 minutes after they stopped a person from stealing hats at this Macy's. Denise Shaw was inside when it all happened.
All of a sudden, the guy came on the thing and he said, "Get out." He was like, "We're closed. Everybody evacuate. Go to the nearest exit."
Briefly, Market Street in front of the store and the eastbound Market Frankfurt line entrance were closed as officers went in and out of the department store entrance. As investigators try to find out why that person decided to come back with a knife and carry out this incident, shoppers say they're stunned.
Really? I just don't understand why we're surprised of this anymore. Oh, because nobody watches my channel. Nobody's sharing the channel. I'm shadow banned. I'm censored, even though I'm trying to stop things like this from happening and make people aware that you can't just tell one of these super criminals to leave. They're going to come back and spin the block. If you would have been watching my channel, they would have known this and they would have been prepared adequately for the return of this super gremlin on Demon Time.
I don't want to wake up to this.
Deborah Jackson Smith wasn't inside when the incident happens, but she often shops at this Macy's.
Here, a family has lost a member over nonsense. Protecting the store. This is what the person does, a security guard, and he gets stabbed.
Every year, Jennifer Funk comes into the city with her family to enjoy nearby Christmas Village and Macy's holiday windows.
We're actually staying at the hotel right over here, and we heard a crap ton of sirens coming out earlier. Just didn't know what was going on. And
Funk learned about what happened after talking with the crowd of people growing along the crime scene tape.
it's disgusting to think that someone would end someone's life over a hat.
Something like this happens, does that change that tradition?
It could. It definitely could.
Now, a spokesperson for the district attorney's office tells CBS News Philadelphia within the next day or so, the suspect is expected to be charged with murder and aggravated assault. Meanwhile, a Macy's spokesperson tells us they will share updates on store hours as they become available. So a lot to unpack here as this investigation continues.
And keep us updated. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki.
We actually get to hear from our good friend Larry Krasner on this in the next clip, so buckle up.
Tonight here at 5 o'clock, the Macy's in Center City is still closed tonight after a security guard was killed inside, and we're learning more about him tonight as District Attorney Larry Krasner announces charges against the man accused of fatally stabbing him and injuring another. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. The details of those charges and the investigation coming out just moments ago. Today, loved ones of the guard who was killed arriving at Macy's to pay their respects, a growing memorial there. And that's where Jeff Cole is tonight. But first, Shawnette, what are you learning about the suspect and the investigation?
Well, Sheba, the suspect is 30-year-old Tyrone Garcelle Tunnell. He is charged with murder, attempted murder, and other charges involving the stabbing that we know happened here at this Macy's behind me just yesterday. The stabbing of two security guards here. One we know has died. So out of a news conference today, we learned that this suspect also has a lengthy criminal record. The district attorney referred to this incident as premeditated and brutal and says that it was all captured on surveillance cameras, which police are still looking at. The suspect, we know, was taken into custody yesterday, the same day of the attacks. And just to walk you back a bit, it was 10:45 yesterday morning that police say the suspect tried to steal hats from Macy's here in Center City. Those two security guards we're talking about stopped him, and then the man was allowed to leave the store. But the suspect came back armed with a knife, we know, and stabbed 27-year-old Eric Harrison in the neck. He died at Jefferson Hospital, and police say the suspect also stabbed a 23-year-old security guard in the face and arm. That guard is in stable condition at Jefferson Hospital. His name has not yet been released. Now, the suspect was arrested after getting on SEPTA on a train and getting off at the Somerset station in Kensington. Here's what officials said at that press conference, which wrapped up moments ago, about how this all has affected, of course, the victims' families, but also people who were nearby when this happened.
It's at that point that the defendant pulls out a knife. It's a switchblade knife. There's a young mother and her child walking by at the time. He approaches that security guard. He then sees the other security guard that I guess he really had the beef with. He goes after him and stabs him once in the neck.
Wow.
That security guard falls and the other security guard comes to his aid. It's then that you see the defendant get up, pick up a shoe from the victim that had fallen off, ran down the steps of the SEPTA station, sat down on a bench, threw that knife away. We recovered that knife and put on the shoe of the victim.
And we are very strongly committed to the vigorous prosecution of this individual for what is in fact a heinous crime.
So we hear Larry Krasner saying, or as I like to call him, Leslie Krasner, because he's softer than a bitch named Leslie. But we hear him saying that they're going to punish the crime vigorously, which we highly doubt, because this guy shouldn't have been on the streets in the first place. If you would have just done your job originally, then we wouldn't have to be having this press conference now, would we?
And a very, very tragic and disturbing crime, not only against the young man who died, but also against this young man who, as I understand it, underwent surgery today and whose health has been very seriously affected by all of this. I know there's a store full of workers over there who are traumatized by this.
All right, certainly hard to listen to that. And in the background, you can hear this festive music still playing from Macy's here. Certainly doesn't reflect the mood that people are feeling as they walk by here, knowing what happened yesterday. Coming up later tonight, we will hear from the district attorney about the prosecution of retail thefts as it relates to incidents like this. Back to you.
Wow. Now it's time to hear more from the community. See if they are going to condemn the violence and work toward a solution.
I was on my way. I was on my way shopping, and everything's blocked off. So I heard the people talking about it, and someone lost their life in blood. It's so senseless. It's not worth it.
Glenn Harris doesn't know the men or the families
Guarantee she voted for this.
affected, but she's staring at the Center City Macy's in tears.
This person came to work just like all of you that you came to work today to do their job, not to lose their life.
Police say it was 10:45 when store security attempted to stop a man from stealing.
And the security here backs off, gets the merchandise back, allows the mail to go on.
15 minutes later, police say he came back.
And when the mail comes back into the store, he immediately goes straight towards one of the security guards and then redirects his attention to a second security guard, runs directly to that security guard with a knife already exposed and begins to stab him. There's a scuffle with the second security guard trying to save the first guard that stabbed, and that security guard sustains several stab wounds as well.
Both guards were taken to Jefferson Hospital, where one was pronounced dead. While police say the suspect was caught, it is of little comfort to those who came here to celebrate the season.
We come every year for my birthday. It's a tradition thing that we do. So it's definitely going to be more careful next year and possibly not make it and go somewhere else.
Thanks for watching.
So these super gremlins got people scared to go Christmas shopping. Christmas is ruined, man.
And Jeff, you spoke with the victim's aunt.
We certainly did. Listen, Jason, a Macy's holiday display in this landmark building, the Wanamaker building, is literally a symbol of the season for many in this region. The fact that there was a killing inside this store is simply unimaginable for many.
And I genuinely don't understand how it's unimaginable when Philly is racking up murders by the second.
The front doors of Macy's on Market Street in the holiday season are bolted shut as flowers rest on the sidewalk below. Patrons of this national retailer in this landmark building, the very symbol of the holidays for many, are left gaping in store windows. Several miles away, Tyree Harrison Harvey mourns for her 27-year-old nephew slain in Macy's yesterday.
It's so unfortunate that he, never made it home from work yesterday. And I keep having to wrap my mind around that.
Eric Harrison was working his Macy's security job when investigators say Tyrone Tunnell, kicked out earlier for attempting to steal hats, returned and stabbed him. His aunt says Harrison worked a second job at night in the post office, saving to buy a home. She says his alleged killer has wounded the entire family.
We let you go, gave you a pass, and you came back. And then come to find out, I heard that my nephew wasn't even the one who stopped him.
Yeah, and it's just the pride of the super gremlin. He can't take the L. He has to crash out over that. It's in the software. All right, it's in the mainframe. It's programmed. He can't walk away from that humiliation. Damn, I tried to hit a lick and I failed. Let me go back and really prove to these niggas I'm a real gangster.
Macy's says it will reopen Wednesday. A police source tells Fox 29 officers will be inside, their salaries covered by the city. At Macy's side entrance, bike cops stood guard Tuesday, while just yards away, the city's holiday shops clustered around City Hall open for the day. Jessica Tarika arrives with her young daughters to see the holiday lights, as they did last year, only to be turned away.
Terrifying to think, that things like that are happening in the city at, places that I frequent with my children.
Now, it is certainly unclear tonight what this horrible slaying, the impact it will have on Center City business during this holiday season. But one thing is certainly clear tonight, that the holiday spirit is clearly taking a hit. Live at Macy's in Center City, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Folks.
So let's hear more from the auntie. Let's see if she's going to drop some wisdom or the same old bullshit that we've been hearing.
Well, first of all, he was a good young man. Worked 2 jobs. He literally got off of work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he went straight to Macy's and opened up the store as a security guard. He worked there for several years, 2 years? He was funny, always had something funny to say out of his mouth, always a jokey joke. He's going to be missed. I'm just trying to process this all, because he wasn't out in the street, and this happened to him. He was working.
And this is something that we talk about often. The good die young, the best of us taken out by the worst of us. This is the norm in the community. It doesn't matter if he's in the streets or not. If the issue is there and he's within proximity, he's going to be victimized, period.
So I just have to say, I just hope the young man who did this really, they prosecute him, because he messed up all our lives, not just mine, my sister, my whole family. Is a lot of us. So we are very, very distraught over this.
There's a lot of people out there that are just, they can't share your pain, but they're angry and they're frustrated over this.
Yes.
Somebody was just at work. He was just doing his job, literally just got up that morning, not even got up that morning, got off of one job and went to another job and didn't make it home. And now I'm robbed of grandchildren, seeing my son walk down the aisle, just all the memories I will never get from my 27-year-old son is all gone. And for him to be truly, truly a good kid is something I just don't understand. Like out there working 2 40-hour jobs, not one part-time, not one, like 2 full-time jobs. And this is how he's taken out. This is not what life is supposed to look like. That's truly all I have to say. Like, he was my best friend. He's gone.
Yeah, 27's too young.
Too
and
young.
like you said, he's doing his job. He's not on the street. This is someone who, unfortunately, this guy has had charge after charge after charge after charge.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yep, and you'll continue to vote Democrat in the next election cycle. Mark my words.
And I hope that they don't try to say, oh, mental health or anything like that. No.
And who created the mental health excuse? Black women.
I want him to be prosecuted. I want him to pay for my child's life. And that's all I can ask for.
He's saying, oh, no, I didn't have a knife. And,
Yeah. Well, I know they got witnesses and the other young man, and I pray for his family. And I'm grateful that he speedy recovery, and I'm grateful that he tried to help my son. So I'm so thankful. And even on that note, like, he know what he did.
He know what he did.
What can people? Is there anything people can do for you?
Just pray for us. Keep us in your prayers, because we are Christians. We just have to, stay together and pray for strength right now to get us through this.
Hopefully they don't talk about that forgiveness shit already.
This one here, it's not a good one. Not at all.
Yeah, true. That's it. Just pray.
Just pray for us.
Just pray. It's like that's all we end up doing at the end of the day. Oh, just pray. Pray it away. Man, this shit ain't gonna never change.
Good afternoon to you, everyone. We are also streaming live on CBS News Philadelphia. I'm Natasha Brown.
I'm Jessica Cartalia in for Siapa Lewis today. We're going to have more on what we're learning during that news conference shortly. But first, we want to talk about the young man who lost his life in this stabbing and the family members who are grieving this afternoon.
Well, loved ones say that Eric Harrison worked 2 jobs, including at the department store, to save up for a house when all of this happened around lunchtime on Monday. CBS News Philadelphia's Nikki Dementri sits down with his family.
Shout out to Deluxe for the $20 cash app.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
And shout out to Product of Cook County with the $10 cash app. I really appreciate you guys' contribution.
I keep telling you, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani.
I feel like I'm in a dream. I'm waiting for somebody to just tap me and say, okay, it's over. It was a joke.
It's a nightmare Tyree Harrison Harvey wouldn't wish on anyone's family. Her nephew, 27-year-old Eric Harrison, was stabbed to death while simply doing his job.
He wasn't out in the street. He wasn't on the corner. He wasn't battling anyone. He was at work.
A day after Harrison lost his life, the Macy's where it all happened remains closed. Strangers came to put flowers at the locked entrance and stand head down and silent in prayer.
The people at Macy's, he would call them auntie. He would always, have a joke. Always welcome people in, always wanting to help someone.
Harrison Harvey says the man she thought of as a son was working 2 jobs to save up money to move out of her house in Longcrest. Overnight, he worked at the post office, and 4 days a week, he drove to Center City to work as a security guard at the department store. She says he was a staple there for the last 2 years.
He was everything to us. We're a very, very close-knit family.
Harrison's aunt is still at a loss in trying to understand why the suspect, identified as Tyrone Tennell, would do this.
If we let you go, gave you, a pass, and you came back. And then come to find out, I heard that my nephew wasn't even the one who stopped him. It was someone else. And then you stabbed my nephew.
Her words for what we should all take away from what happened are sharp.
I just want the people, the thieves, to think about you, not just you stealing and coming robbing somewhere or stealing merchandise. You're robbing people's lives of their lives. You're robbing the family.
As this close-knit family tries to navigate the nightmare, they ask the community keep them in prayer. Nikki Dementri.
Prayers make us stronger.
CBS News, Philadelphia.
So that's pretty much the story. We're going to get into these last 2 just to see what the sentiment is on the ground and how people have recovered from this stabbing, because it appears to me that it's pretty much business as usual, back to the same thing. Nothing's going to change and everything remains the same.
Begin at 4 with family traditions resuming at Macy's following the fatal stabbing.
As CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes shows us, safety is top of mind.
A line of shoppers waited outside in the cold for Macy's to reopen. Some tell us they had reservations after what happened on Monday, but they were met with additional security. Macy's employees unlocked the front doors at 11 Wednesday morning and invited shoppers back inside the popular store at 13th and Market. Michael Handler is visiting the city from Santa Fe, New Mexico, but heard what happened inside here Monday morning.
Well, it was a somber mood inside and enhanced security.
Macy's declined an interview, but tells CBS News Philadelphia an elevated number of uniformed officers have been assigned to the store after 27-year-old Eric Harrison, a Macy's security guard, tried to stop a suspected shoplifter. Police say the suspect, Tyrone Tennell, was allowed to leave, then returned to the store minutes later on Monday and stabbed Harrison and another guard. Harrison died at the hospital.
It's a shame what happened, and it feels bad for everybody. We did give some thought to not coming down.
Macy's elaborate window displays and popular holiday light show is a more than 10-year tradition for Ron Forster and his family. They still wanted to come, but couldn't help but notice a message on the sidewalk that says, R.I.P. Eric, We all love you.
We think about it. We just try to stay safe and just kind of be aware of our surroundings.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all need to get the fuck out of there. Y'all need to go. Don't return. Just don't, man. It's never worth it. These super gremlins are on demon time.
So, but yeah, it does cross your mind.
The second security guard is still recovering. Macy's closed on Tuesday, and the store says counselors are now being made available all week for staff members.
They can't really talk about the event, but they did say they're from other Macy's to support the staff here and bolster security.
And this incident has put retail theft in the spotlight in the city. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we are digging into the data showing retail theft on the rise at this store. And one city councilman is talking solutions to cut down on shoplifting. For now, in Center City, Ryan Hughes, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And that solution apparently was the banning of these very Pooh Shiesty masks, Pooh Shiesty masks, Pooh Shiesty masks that have been used as a tool to implement this high level and high rate of crime.
Good evening, I'm Jessica Cartalia.
And I'm Yuki Washington. The guards and their families are top of mind as shoppers return to Macy's.
They tell CBS News Philadelphia reporter Ryan Hughes it's very important to be aware of your surroundings.
I think it shouldn't have happened, and I know the guys were doing their job.
Michael Handler was one of the first customers to step back inside the Macy's at 13th and Market in Center City. Employees unlocked the doors and reopened the store at 11 Wednesday morning.
Well, it was a somber mood inside and enhanced security.
Macy's tells CBS News Philadelphia more uniformed police officers have been assigned to this location 2 days after 27-year-old Eric Harrison and another security guard were stabbed after stopping a suspected shoplifter. Harrison died at the hospital. The second guard is still recovering.
You have to be aware, you have to be vigilant.
We found Eli Jules behind the counter at the Truffleist, a small shop set up inside Christmas Village in Love Park. He says retail theft is part of the cost of doing business in Philadelphia.
And that is always going to be a thing, something to expect. It is the holiday markets. It gets really crowded and it's tough to manage the crowds.
According to Philadelphia police, retail theft has been on the rise. There were more than 9,300 incidents citywide in 2021, more than 14,000 in 2022. And so far this year, the city has reported 16,891 incidents.
Now look at this. Look at these increases. And there's in the last clip, one of the last clips, they say, oh, well, you know, crime is down and and it, you know, it's in major cities, it's this, it's that, it's oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous, man. They are lying to our faces. They have the real numbers. They don't want you to know them because they want you to fall victim.
The city has reported 16,891 incidents.
We have to do better. It is impacting our commerce in the city of Philadelphia.
This Macy's is in City Council member Curtis Jones's district. He says he met with Philadelphia Mayor-elect Sherelle Parker Tuesday talking solutions to curb retail theft and presented her with 35 recommendations from a recent crime summit.
When she hires the chief public safety officer, that will be their ruling guide to begin the journey of making Philadelphia a cleaner, greener, safer city.
While announcing murder charges.
This nigga talking about some cleaner, greener. What the fuck? We're talking about crime, not the environment. These niggas talking about the ozone layer, and we talking about how to dodge bullets. We are not on the same page, man. And this is a brother who's representing us. Black men, what are you doing?
For the suspect in this case, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner says his office is asking the city for more funding for a task force to help crack down on retail theft. In Center City, Ryan Hughes, CBS News Philadelphia.
And we will continue.
So there you have it. The crime in Philly is outrageous. The Pooh Shiesty mask ban has passed city council. It's up to the mayor to do the right thing. Hopefully he does the right thing, but he or she. But you already know what it is. That will conclude the stream. It is your boy, the Black Gen Z Mindset, a.k.a. BGZM News 17, a.k.a. Jenquavius Jackson. And we are going to go ahead and send it off to Jenquavius Jackson to take us away. Make sure you guys donate to the Cash App, donate to the PayPal, donate to the GoFundMe, donate to the Patreon or join the Patreon to support independent media, because our voices are being censored at the highest level that they ever have been, especially, anticipating this election year. You're going to see guys like me get censored into oblivion. So please make sure that you support this channel and make sure that my voice is still heard throughout the cyberspace as we continue to expose these super gremlins on Demon Time. Appreciate you guys' contribution. Appreciate you guys' support. Like, comment, and share if you can't make a financial donation. That would be greatly appreciated. And that is the best way that you can promote and push my channel to the airwaves so that people can be safe and people can protect themselves during this holiday season. I hope that everybody else has a great night, and make sure that you watch out for these Pooh Shiesty masks, Pooh Shiesty masks, Pooh Shiesty masks, because these super gremlins are on Demon Time. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on Demon Time.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jenquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jenquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take over
What
your
more
store.
do you want from me?
What?
You're not my dad! You also want to hear something! Ugly ass fucking...
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.